Welcome, High Vibe Squad, to your numerological alignment session. This is a massive blessing and an absolute honor to be sharing this space with you amazing souls. I just want to let you guys know how much preparation I took in this is a new level of preparation that I've taken for a group session. Got a haircut. I went to the gym. I had some healthy stuff to eat. I cleaned my entire office and I purged through a lot of things that had been here for a few years, like stuff that we've been collecting, like old documents and garbage and things that have been sort of like collecting and piling up. I'm literally wearing new socks and new underwear. Okay. I have taken every single motive I've gotten. I just got out of the shower 10 minutes before our session. I re-beaded my necklace, and with it, the intentions and the vibrations of prayer to your ultimate success. I was like, High Vibe Squad, and I put that in there. And so you guys, I hold with me a piece of the energy and the love that I'm manifesting into your guys' ultimate abundance and your ultimate success. I recognized something. And this is something that I guess, it's the reality of what we deal with as entrepreneurs. There is no there is no one secret. There is no one recipe. There is no like hidden answer. This is like going to the gym. This is like building your wealth, building your success, building your business. It's like breakfast. You have to do it every day. You've got to get better and better and better at it. I'm pretty sure the very first time that someone tries to create a really powerful dish doesn't always work out, right? We don't get the flavor. It doesn't turn out right. It doesn't look like the picture. It doesn't quite give us the same response. But some of us are like, oh, I can't make spaghetti. I tried to do it once and it didn't work. And then there's other people that are like, I'm going to make spaghetti. I swear to God, I'm going to make spaghetti. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. It's going to happen. I'm going to get it done. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make the perfect bowl of food. And this is what we want for our success. But then we have to start looking at things like, what even is it that creates this vibration of success? And keyword vibe. It's funny. We should have a drinking game that every time I say the word vibe or vibration that we all take a sip. You guys are the High Vibe Squad. Cheers to that. And, you don't have to take me seriously on that, but we're pretty cool. If you guys make sure you stay nice and hydrated. But this is like a consistent, waxing of this beast that you're creating, a consistent polishing of the surface of your confidence and your success, your ability to communicate, your ability to transfer a feeling. Sometimes you hear this and we'll talk about vibration. If you put your hand on your heart and some of you can feel it, some of you can't, your heart makes a pump. It actually is a pump and it will make a beat, and that's an actual vibration. If you are in the gym, the vibration frequency goes up because your BPM, your beats per minute, are going higher. So the amount of heart rate you have is a key indicator of how you're vibing. Sometimes I've been in places where I've been, super depressed or super anxious or feeling out of sync, and my heart's going off and it's just not going off in a good way. There are other times where you are so calm and you're feeling so powerful and everything is going great. You hit a rank, your team is hitting ranks, and you're getting that wonderful level of vibration that you could do no wrong. If we could only box that, if we could only put that on the shelf away from everything so we know, oh, that's my high vibe. No pun intended. That's my highest vibration. The challenge is, and here's the problem, is that you grow when things aren't going your way. You grow when things are breaking you up, and you grow when things are blistering at you. So I want to make a safe space. I want to make a safe, healing space for us all here while we're here together to go through your charts. Some of you guys have had a chance to do this with me already. Some of you guys have not. Jodine, what's up? You're not missing too much. You just came in. Great to see you. But I want to create a safe and healing space for us to dive in to the negative things that happen, the challenging bits of us, the parts of us that feel like we can't make it, the parts of us that we don't know what to say, the parts of us that procrastinate. Inside of that muck, that mess, that limiting belief, that challenge, that block that shows up, there's a diamond inside for you guys. And if you guys know anything about diamonds, it takes years of pressure and intense heat and intense darkness and this massive level of of diamond-defying process in order to create one. So in case you're looking for the gems of your life and all you see are these blocks and these big rocks and you know you can't get past yourself and your confidence isn't there, we don't know how to do anything, and you know, just understand that if you had the right glasses on, you'd be able to see through all of this and be looking at a diamond mine, looking at a diamond mine of the things that are going on within you. So it's with so much honor and so much respect and blessing that I get a chance to comb through each one of your charts individually and give you guys not only an insight onto who you are, but leverage everyone else in this group to give you a healing. Now, this is going to be cool. I'll touch on that in a minute, but we'll also make sure that you guys are going to get a set of names, whether it be one or two, or if we work together, come up with a new one, like your Instagram handle or your Facebook handle, or could be the name of your group or the name of your rock band or the name of your program, whatever it is that shows up, we want to make sure it's aligned. So I've been assuming that everyone wants to be here to create wealth in their life, and they're on this journey to become financially abundant, and financial freedom is a really big name of the game. But when we go through that journey, it's like, oh, you got to deal with yourself first, and that could take some time. So I'm patient with you guys. I'm absolutely here for you guys. If we can't have some of this stuff happen in a group setting, I can appreciate that. Some stuff is going to be a little heavy and a little deep. Bonus points for anybody who goes really deep with this today. When given a chance to express yourselves, that you guys say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going in. I don't care. You know, and you really leave it all on the table. The same way you would write your stuff out, roll it up and burn it, the same way we're going to push this stuff onto the page or onto the digital campfire. I'm going to take it on and I'm going to burn it for you guys, because this is what I do. I've set up everything. Like, I've got a fresh grid of crystals, like just everywhere. They've been sitting in the sun for like weeks. I've just been bathing in God's light and just unbelievable amount of love and gratitude for all of you guys. So let's touch on this, because there's something unique that happens in a group session that I cannot do one-on-one. Sometimes I can do this with a couple if we're working together, but even that it's very small chance that this happens. Inside of a group, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at each one of you guys individually. As we put you guys in the middle, we're going to put you up on this little stage that we're building, right? Imagine this is the circle, and you're going to get a chance to go in the middle of the circle, okay? And I usually do this in order of first come, first serve. In this case, most of you guys just got added to the group today. Thank you so much for trusting me with this. I know how tough it can be to feel like you're out of an ability to afford something. I just want to let you guys know the universe wants to invest in you. And that's why I'm here, because I'm like, take your time, whatever you need. Let's do this. Let's just get you there. But we're going to take you guys, we're going to put you in the middle of this group, and we're going to look at your chart. Now, there are only 9 numbers. And I see like there's over 10 people here. And each one of you has 40 different numbers in your chart. Every single one of these pieces and little blocks, building blocks of your life are going to offer insight, power, and release to someone else. So this is a 2-part process. Part 1, when you're up on here, everyone else, do your best to pay absolute attention. Do your best to search within yourself for that relatability, for that piece of the message that's yours, as you being in the audience, being like, oh my God, I know I know exactly what that feels like. I've been there. I know what that confidence block looks like. I know what that fear looks like. That challenge is in there. And I pray that you guys can just really lend your energy to that person that's up there. So the 2 parts are the person who's standing there receiving like anyone do Think and Grow Rich and talk about the power of the mastermind, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, 1 + 1 = 3 now. And the power of people that combine together, you can take 2 fingers on each of us and lift a car. We can actually create so much more power as a group And so this lucky soul individual sitting in the middle is getting the love, the intention, the freeing, the healing from all of your individual antennas. You guys are all spiritual radios. You guys have a broadcast. You guys have a piece of you that expresses out. This is of a high vibe squad. Like, you know, I work with groups, and a few of the leaders are like, Bobby, we need to change the group name. And I'm like, okay, well, let's find something that vibes really high. And with your guys' team, we don't need to go into that direction. This is the high vibe squad. And I really wanted to start off by giving you guys a measurement of what the team looks like. After that, what we're going to go in individually. And as you guys stand in the middle, absorb and love the energy of people just pulling things out of you. Some of this stuff we're going to have to do over months. Some of this stuff, like for me, will take a few years. But I promise you guys have got some serious ice time, or I guess, I don't know, field time, you know, inside of your lives. I'm Canadian, ice time, hockey. So on the ice, you know, of the hockey game, you guys have some game time inside of this planet, where I would imagine that you guys are going to do some massive creation and massive abundance. I assume that you guys are taking your businesses seriously and that you're doing everything possible and imaginable. If you don't know what to say, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to feel, if you don't know what to process, or all of these blocks in there, that you would at least try to do something else, or that you would work on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on it together by lifting that energy out of someone, by giving them our honest love and our honest prayer for their most ultimate success, because it's going to be your turn to come up here. And then remember that when you're listening to someone else's problem, and we're just watching, because we're going to do like mini readings for everyone and get a chance to see, how does this affect me? What is the universe, subconscious, the infinite divine? What is God trying to show me through this experience of the universe? This is where we get a chance to do our most absolute amazing learning. And I'm super excited for this. This is going to be awesome. So what we're going to do is I'm going to define High Vibe Squad just for you guys to understand and see this on your own. And then we're going to dive in. After that, I'm going to share something really important with you guys. So take a nice good look at my bum. That's the only time you'll ever see it. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to pull this up. And for anybody who's using an Android, there's an app out here called Numerology Calculator, and it helps me to calculate the vowels and the consonants. And more on that later, but if you want to download it and try to keep along, you can. This is basically how I calculate different people's names. So I'm going to go with the first one, and I want you guys to see why you guys do not need to change your name inside of numerology. Okay. High Vibe Squad is the numerological equivalent of king, queen, legacy, generational wealth, teaching, growing, family. You guys are inside of a group that says, I love and I care. Inside of a group that says, I want to see that person become bigger. We want a global vision, but we're not just in it for profits. We're in it for community. We're in it for family. We're in it to help someone. So just so you guys get a total idea, vibe around what this means, I gave this to my son when he was born. I gave this number to my little boy on the way into this planet because I'm like, he needs the perfect name. And we popped names in and out, and we touched names in and out. We tried putting things together. Click. Valwant Robert Perryhart, my little boy. Named after me, named after my dad, after my grandfather. The name fit and clicked in so uniquely that it created this vibe. And this one is the most numerologically perfect number in the reality that it's equal parts money, it's equal parts love, it's equal parts real, it's equal parts like spiritual as it is technical, logical. It's emotional as well as it is powerful. So this is like the equal place of all things, whether it be the self or the group, leadership or intuition. This is your guys' name in your vibe, in your group. There may not be a reason to change this, and we're not looking for one either. Because once you find something that works, this is where you're gonna build your legacy. And with that, You guys are just so you know, absolutely divinely blessed to have the level of leadership that you do, the souls that you guys do working alongside of you inside of this. I felt the beaming. I felt you guys beaming at me, and I was just weaving this in. My meditation was going off last night, this morning, being like, I can feel it. I can feel it. You guys are trusting me with a really big thing inside of your guys' world. And I do not take that lightly. I do not take that as just, these are your souls, guys. These are the stuff that I will be judged on by God, if there is one, inside of that wonderful place of heaven, if I ever get there, to think that these are the places and these are the things that actually measure us as individuals. How do we help each other? How do we help pass that torch? What can I do to open you guys up and find that explosive device in you and light it on fire so that you guys can go off to create magnificent success with inside of your group? That's what High Vibe says. So if you're just trying to find the right thing you can say to make a sale, I'm sorry. If you're trying to find that one small little cool little thing to say, or that one little tip or that one little trick that's going to change everything, I apologize. If you want the recipe or the secret to success, the reality is that it's a daily investment into yourself. It's a daily investment into your business, into your communication. I put a few things together that you guys are going to be the very first to actually receive and be a part of this. So I'm very, very blessed to do this. This is going to be a little bit of a different format. Usually what I do is I end up doing like a full-on hour-and-a-half training, and then we go into aligning each of your names. This time what we're going to do is I'm going to get you guys lined up. We're going to look at your guys' charts. We're going to rename everybody who needs to be renamed with all your, your Zoom IDs. You're going to want to go into your Zoom preferences outside of a call. Just open up your Zoom app or whatever it is and change your name permanently to this. Is at least the first place you can show up with a powerful level of alignment. And after that, I'm going to explain to you guys, because what I realized was this. I've done a lot of growing since you guys have seen me last, and for some of you guys see me for the first time. For some of you guys who know me for a few years now, I've done some serious growing, serious personal work, like deep dives into my own personal success and my own limiting beliefs and what can I do and how am I going to survive and how big is this thing going to really get and how, all of this stuff. And I recognize that there is a wheel or a clock or a total method. I call it the wealth alignment. And it's about a few different key components, key curriculums that need to be expressed in order for us to be wealthy or successful in anything. This isn't mine. It's old. It's completely recycled from many, many different places and points of view, from Dale Carnegie all the way to Grant Cardone. Okay, all things in between, Eckhart Tolle, all the way up to to us and to even Balash. Okay, so there's a really powerful codex of information that I've gleaned as an entrepreneur, that I've realized as a leader, I've realized as a coach, as a numerologist, as someone successful in business, as a father, as a partner, as a spouse, that you need to have these things in order. And that's why I wanted to leave you guys with that. But the truth is that most of us are so buried underneath our limiting beliefs, and we're so buried under our blocks, that it's just like, okay, I can't even properly absorb this because there's too much grease on my paper. My pen won't actually put ink to a page. It's kind of like drawing it in crayon and then trying to draw with a felt over top. It won't absorb into the page because it's caked on with grease. And this is what happens. Your parents did this to you. We're not going to blame your parents. Your childhood did this to you. Your teachers did this to you. The first person to break your heart, the first job that you got fired from. All of these different emotional peak experiences are going to lay down the framework for how we see ourselves, how we think of ourselves, how to avoid pain, what we can or what we can't do. So just go easy on yourselves as we slowly peel back page by page, layer by layer, as we go in this. I hope, granted, you guys are all here live. There are going to be some of us who see this on the replay who are going to be, as I say, kicking themselves, being like, man, I wish I was on this call, especially since Bobby was going to allow me to do it before I was there. Because I'm thinking about you in your future. I'm thinking about you as a leader. I'm thinking about you with your own Zoom, with your own 20, 15, 10 people in there that all need to be aligned so that they can achieve the next level of their success. I am going to be like a gym or like an environment. You guys are all getting access to my private community where I do go lives and I answer your questions in video, or I have my monthly mastermind that I provide for all my clients. And it's this space where you can work on your wealth alignment. And I've ironed it down, as they say, but I'm blessed and honored to be able to give this to you guys. So feel free to use this as your own personal guided meditation, and listen to these words very carefully as you see me here speaking to you. You know, this is a beautiful Sunday. For me, it's for you guys, it's Sunday morning or Monday. For me, it's still Sunday afternoon, and it's a brand new week. It's a brand new day. You know, there's a full moon. It was the Friday the 13th. There was a bunch of these spiritual bodies, these planetary bodies were moving around the universe, and things are coming to a certain moment. September is a 9-month. It's coming to a conclusion, and there's a lot of things that need to end. And sometimes we're like, I need some help. I can't lift this. I'm stuck and I'm buried underneath this. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. But there's that feeling inside of you that says, but I will. But I will. Otherwise, I just throw my computer in the garbage and say goodbye to Facebook and unplug my K and just throw it away and just go get a job. And that's it. And I don't care. And that's not you guys. I know that's not you guys, because you're here and you're standing up for yourself saying, I want to get better. I just need a little bit of help. I just need a little bit of movement forward. So let's start moving people forward. This is really what I want to do. I just got kicked off the call and back, and my cake just arrived. Jordan, what's up? Boom. Boom is on. Yeah, I'm not sure if you have time to tap it in and quickly grab a glass of it, but if you did, that's awesome. If not, I guess you're probably like, oh, what do I do? I would be like, I'm sorry, I need to go install my K8, guys. I'll see you guys in half an hour, in an hour, because that thing is absolutely, once you get tapped on, just give it a hug, put a little sticky note on, take the, you know where you put your filter on? You know the thing where your filter goes in, like the big one? Take it off, or put it out front if you want to, a sticky note that says thank you, and it says I love you, that says wealth, magnet. This business grows daily. My wealth grows daily. Put a nice set of numerological codes on this machine to make sure that it's just nicely tattooed in there. For me, I put when they're on the inside because I've got counter vanity. I'm like, I don't want to put it on the outside. I want to make sure I got lots of really solid affirmations on this machine and on this water. Everybody knows you pray on your water, you pray on anything, and that vibration holds because we are spiritual antennas. So let's do this. Are you guys ready to get some healing, get some things done? What we're going to do is we're going to start with this, and this is going to be like for some of us, it's just a page that we have to turn a page on and like just open up a little bit. For some of us, it's going to be a straight up like pulling of things that need to get off, and that I can appreciate, because for me, it took me almost 3 years to unload into the crap that I was buried underneath. So no need to feel like you're on a rush, or that, you know, some of this stuff feels a little bit tougher to pull on. Feel free to experience that in all of its glory and its wonder. You will become stronger. It will build strength in you to start pulling on things that don't need to be there. But your sense of morals, ethics, codes, values, acceptance, your ego, it's like all ripped into this. So as we pull some of this stuff out, hey, things could fall out, things could break, things could get, you know, broken. I promise you, anything that is not meant to break in you won't, and anything that can break is supposed to. The invincible part of you will continue, maintain, and all the energy that needs to grow with you will. So I'm going to start this off, and we're going to do this. I'm going to basically pull this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at this as a team. Okay, so I've got your guys' your names here. We're going to fill this in, and we're going to do this one at a time. I appreciate your guys' patience with me as we fill this in and we find you the right name for your business, the right name for your Facebook. For some of you guys who already have names, I would suggest that we find something that we have not yet worked on, and you guys can go deep. You guys can go deep on this, okay? There is a list of different names that show up. So if we can pinpoint some of these that you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot. I have a really powerful email that I use all the time. Or, oh, my God, I tweet, a lot. Or I'm building my Instagram now. Or I want to make sure I find the love of my life. Like for me, success, for some reason in my mind, I attached it to me finding my wife. And when I did, boom. It was like as if the clouds had parted and I was ready to accumulate success. So if you've made a weird little obstacle course for you that says, I'm not going to be successful until I don't worry about it. That's fine. Let's just make sure we take care of that thing that you put in front of it then, so that you can be satisfied with it. So in case any of you guys are going to go big time, there could even be a PTY that you're in the midst of creating. I'm not sure on the island if you guys do PTYs or not, if it shows up in another letter format, but we'll be able to go through this, okay, just in case you guys want to. So first things first, I just want to let you guys know, I wonder how many times I can say first things first. We're like no longer in the first things first anymore. These are the ways that numbers show up. Okay, now don't be weirded out if you don't understand any of this. It's okay. Let's just put it this way. The black numbers are the ones at the very top. Okay, so we have like Philippa Orangi. Okay, we've got numbers here like High Vibe Squad. These are in the mastery. So you can trust your leadership right now for sure. You can trust the family that you're in. It numerologically gives you guys two thumbs up. Like the universe is divinely vibrating at a really high level for you guys. So these little numbers that are in purple are going to be where we want to target ourselves, or the green numbers are going to be where we want to target ourselves. We're going to talk about the difference of them when we go through each one of your charts, and pay attention because I'll show you guys something. When I work with someone, this is what a chart looks like. We see a birthday. Some of you guys have seen this working with me privately. You see your middle name individually, your first name individually, your last name at birth individually, your name that you got in marriage and whatever it is individually. You see all of these things individually. Inside of our time together, we're only going to look at what you were born as, what you go by today, and what you will use to generate wealth. This means that Aisha is going to hold a vibration alone that maybe we see it inside of Jordan's numbers, but we're not going to see it inside of her chart. And Aisha's going to be like, ooh, that feels like me, but I don't see that number. Either it's inside of your chart or you're super empathic and you're actually absorbing some energy for people. So whichever one feels most authentic is fine. But if you want, you can unmute yourself. If you want, you can type in the chat if you don't feel like talking. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull you up one at a time, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do all the justice that we're going to do today. You guys are going to be doing something absolutely supremely powerful. So I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to make sure I have it just so I've got it. And we've got Aisha Leah Litwork. Okay, so if you want to unmute yourself, Aisha, you're up first. And can I just confirm, did you want to I'm going to try to unmute you. Okay, you can do it. Sound check.
Yeah.
Okay, how's it going?
Good.
You excited?
It's exciting.
I know, right? This is absolutely amazing. I'm super blessed that you're here. I hold your energy and I hold your chart in absolute abundance for your wealth and your success. This is a sacred act that we're about to do. I do not take this lightly. I promise you what we're about to do here will change everything, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this. If you let it, it changes everything if you let it. So I'm just looking at your numbers here. This is July 10th?
Yeah.
1994. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this out. I'm going to go 854. Is that how it works? Yeah. And then we're going to take a look at what these numbers are looking like. Also, we had a name here, and I want to read this out. So I apologize if you guys were not expecting me to read this out loud inside of the recording for the group, but what you're about to do is help people through some serious stuff here, okay? So you're running a business page under Aisha Leah. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leah, yeah.
Haven't decided on a business name yet as such, okay? And the biggest challenge you're experiencing is getting the vibration right to call in my soul tribe, letting go of limiting beliefs, keeping up a high vibe. So can we just, I'm going to write out some numbers here, but can I ask you, like, so what beliefs are limiting you? Do you know what that looks like?
Like, I've been trying so hard to switch those beliefs around, but I still believe that, I'm not deserving, I'm not good enough, success isn't going to come to me, that, it all just seems too good to be true, really. And every time I try to switch those beliefs back around, there's still that little voice going, no, like, you're still not good enough, you're not going to make it. Like, yeah. So that's what I've been struggling with the most.
Okay. Ouch. Now where I'm gonna show you what I see here so far, okay? And this is not a complete picture. This is just you looking at you from a distance here. First of all, the Life Path 4 stands for logic, process, order, and experience. So if you step into a place that you have no idea what you're doing, suddenly you're dumb. Suddenly you feel like you don't know what, you're lack intelligence. I'm outside of my comfort zone. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. I've never done this before. People like me don't make money. And that 4 is going to be pulling on a list of things that you know. And the challenge is with a list of things that you know, I'm going to list it off. Aisha's list of things that I know. I know I've never done this before. I know that I don't know how to be an entrepreneur. I've got these limiting beliefs of how much I'm worth and da-da-da-da-da. The challenge is that there is an entire universe of experience that is outside of this list of things that you know. So we have to really make sure that you properly utilize this accountant in your mind, the 4, that starts to show up and says, hey, this isn't on the list. I've never seen this before. This doesn't compute. We want to make sure that part of you knows how to write a list. So there's going to be some interesting things that show up in here. The 4 part of you says stay organized and itemize everything and make sure your schedule is on point and treat yourself like a machine. This is the I'm going to do the right. I mean, nobody tells you to go to the bathroom. Nobody tells you that you're hungry. Nobody tells you when you're tired. You do these things on clockwork. So let's add some more things to clockwork. Top 10 list of things you're grateful for. And this is advice for all of us. Top 10 list of things you're strong at. Top 10 list of things that you're not good at. Make a list of all of the things inside of you and itemize that. It will be like a workout for that monkey or hamster on the wheel that continuously wants to think about stuff. You have to put it all out there. Be like, what else? What else? What else? What else? And make sure that you're itemized so that you can be organized. And then you're sitting there like a crazy woman with all your lists in front of you, and it'll feel great. You'd be like, feels so much better that I know where everything is and where I'm at and all of these things. What do I need to do today? That 4 wants to stay organized. And that's the biggest advice to keep the anxiety down. To keep that anxiety down is very, very important. But one of the biggest things that we have to say, and my wife is a life path 4. I work with people with 4 energy. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. You are very good at doing the step by step by step, maybe not too far looking at the higher picture and the higher goals of things, but we have an entry point into wealth. When we look at wealth as a conversation, when we look at love as a conversation, we see the 4 shows up with the entry point and the leadership to generating wealth in your life. But it's going to be hard. And we're like, oh man, why I gotta be so hard though? Why can't I just be like, write a post and then it's all good and everybody wants to come up to see me? It's because you've got so many beliefs on you about what this is or what this is that you're not sharing with anyone out of pride. And I can appreciate that. But the problem is that that's still transmitting and vibrating to the other people, to people out there. So instead of calling in your soul tribe, I would imagine that your most biggest focus would be on cleaning yourself up in a really good place and learning how to love the mess, turn the mess into the message. Let's look a little bit further. These 3 numbers here, 7, 1, and 5, this is your birthday, in numerological form. I've added the digits up to a single digit. They represent 3 different chapters in your life, okay? The first chapter that shows up is quiet, and that's a little challenging because then suddenly you get very patient and get very irritated. It's like, look, I'm not going to say anything, but this isn't the right way of things. Should get done a little bit differently. But the 7's just like, I'm just going to stay quiet. And I just heard someone's phone farting in the background. That's like a really nice way of spirit being like, yeah. And this feels like, zzz, zzz, like you're hitting it on the head. One side of the 7 is going to show us an intuitive message, which is tough because guess what? Now you can see the future. And you're going to be like, I can see my success. I know I can see it. And then the 4 is like, yeah, but it's not on the list. You've never done it before. So shut up. Go back to work. And it's just a constant battle because your voice is going to be reduced and your level of being hardworking and just hitting the hammer one step at a time, it's going to be very much connecting you to the process. And that's why we like to think it's going to be worth it if you can just be patient and you're like, I'm patient. Trust me. I'm just really irritated. I'm like, I get it. It's okay to be that way. Knowing and seeing this stuff, everyone, you can't unsee this. Next time you get frustrated, you're going to be like, I remember you. See, Bobby told me I didn't have to be afraid of you anymore, and I get it. It's going to be worth it. Thank you for being frustrated. Thank you for, like doing the tough work and for reminding me what's on the list. Can you make another list for me? And that feeling of staying organized is what frees you. when you go into meditation, which is another really big part of your life, part of you is actually swinging the hammer, not swinging it, like politely putting it down piece by piece without skipping a beat. The 7 is going to be about going in and manifesting and meditating. When these two get into a fight together, it can be an endless like extension of like difficulty because you're just trapped wrestling with your ideas and wrestling with yourself. The 7 goes off forever. But on the other side, we have you really appreciating that things are going to get somewhere in your life. Then we see this number, and you're not quite here yet. 1994 makes you about 25 this year, or did you turn 26?
25, just turned 25.
So being a Cancer doesn't help, right? Because we're super emotional and we just absorb everything. But this 1 here is something that I found at 28, okay? And I'm born in 84, so it was a couple years ago for me now. Oh, yeah, my numbers are here, so you can see my chart. So the 1 here that you and I both share is going to bring forth a change in your life. I don't want to tell you that you're going to have to wait 2 years to feel this, and I'm not going to make you not work for 2 years, okay? But you have to understand that that carrot that you dangle in front of yourself, you're going to reach it at a certain point. The adult part of your life from 27 to 55 years old is the primary number of self. It's the primary number of leadership. It's the primary number of I want to go and do something. So inside of the 1 and the 4, we have someone who wants to build something and someone who wants to lead. So you know, as challenged as it may be right now, because I can't find my voice with the 7 in there, the 1 shows up and says, you know what, that's enough. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to do what I got to do for me. I've got to go out there. There's a vision. And it's interesting because here we have intuition. So you can kind of feel and see it and dream. And then 1 shows up as vision and clarity of understanding of where I want to go in my life. So when we see that vibe going through, now we've got communication, you find your voice, you find your path. It makes us look on the opposite that says, oh my God, you're not going to make me wait 2 years. You've got about 1 year and 10 months that left before this number actually kicks into form. So we have to really work very patiently, very hard on the background. Make sure you got the audios on, make sure you're reading the books, absolutely doing every single thing you can on the daily, making sure you've got your gratitudes, affirmation, stuff. It's not new. We see this in trainings and people talk about this all the time, but it's preparing you for a rise into leadership. Then we get to this cool looking number. This is on the inside of Alicia Litwark, okay? This 5 shows up. This is that anxiety. And like, this is the part that's like, I don't know, like it wants to do something. It wants to go. It wants to move. It wants to travel. It wants to go and express itself. It wants a bit of chaos. It wants to move through things. It doesn't want to just sit there and do nothing. So there's a lot of traveling in your life. There's a lot of, or will be, there's a lot of movement and expression. And it's interesting because it starts off with like, I don't know how these time. I don't know how. I mean, like, you know, the 7 doesn't want to move. It wants to stay nice and solid and just be in its quiet form. Whereas the 5 shows up and says, all right, I'm ready to blow up like a gun. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move. I'm ready for things to change and shift. So when we see this, we see you taking your speed to a whole new level, and we see things consistently accelerating through life. Now, when we look at this number here, my wife has pain with one of these numbers. It works really hard. Its intelligence is trapped on the inside, but then the anxiety will start to show up, and it'll just be a sweet, loving, little tiny energy, which is really irritating because on the other side, you're really hardworking. And that feeling is like, I'm going to do it. I can make it done. I'm going to get it done. But then I get scared, and I just see that I'm so high off the ground, or I can't usually operate at this level. I don't know what's beyond the bend, and I can't figure it out. The 3 wants to play tricks on us by pretending that we're just nice and small. It comes in again at Aisha Litwark and again at Aisha Leah. So we've got a challenge here because this name is actually pretty good. Just in case you want to continue with it, you want to keep it up, and you're like, hey, I like this. This is not bad. We have a really solid way of approaching your vibration that says starter kit in business. So you could use this name because this one is I'm fun. This is I'm adventurous, and let's just go and bring it in, and let's just go and show people a social level of value. 2019, okay, not 100 years later. 2019 is a 3-year. 2020 is a 4-year. Okay, so if anybody's paying attention to the vibes right now, the year that we're currently in is a vibration of expression, joy, love, charm, social, and feeling of let's have fun. Next year, I would have prayed and wished that you guys had as much fun as you have, because it's work time and the party gets taken down and it becomes a work zone, a very strong level of foundation. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that either you're going to take a natural alignment, Aisha Litwark, and take an actual alignment, a divinely aligning vibration, and move it into a place for business, because this one says, I just want to be super happy and I'll make a really good housewife. I have no ambition for business. I just want to look pretty and feel good, and I just want to be in love. And business scares me, and I want someone else to create it. It's actually a good vibe, but if you don't want to be a business entrepreneur, then it's okay. But if you're like, well, actually, this is the one I want to show to people when I want to have serious long-term conversations. Now we're starting to be challenged here. So we got some options. We could take this number and we could add Aisha, Leah, B, K, or T. So imagine you wanted to up it up a little bit and go by the next vibration, which would go up to 358. Sorry, 358. Or you could just take your actual name, Aisha Litwark, and use that for business and seriously build a brand around this. You could also add a letter to this. And this one, you're still using this, like you haven't legally changed your name for marriage or anything? Aisha?
No.
So this vibration, it's attacking you financially right now, okay? But you could take a vibration to this and say, look, I need to get big time. I'm going to put the U in there and move this up to spiritual, business, and family. You could also take the E, and this one would be really big, and this one takes you up to Philippa's numbers, 988. And this is like master global vision of like, I want to change the world. So in case this shows up as a brand, it leaves everything else behind and wants to go and do something extraordinarily magnetic. We see those numbers as global vision and global change. So just as a temperature check, did one of those names zap out to you, or one of those names show up to you in a way that feels like I could take that, or I'd like to use this?
The U, the Aisha Leah U Litwark.
If you notice, yeah, go for it.
What's that, sorry?
Go for it. You can say it.
Yeah, that one feels the best to me, but I don't know if that's my sort of playing small mentality talk, because I also do like the sound of the, mastering the global vision, but I'm probably not quite ready to step into that yet, I feel.
Okay, I'll just let you guys know I have that vibe. So the 876786, it got me out of drugs, it got me out of jobs, it got me into a family. I got married with this number, and I'm absolutely super blessed because this is a mastery name. So we have this vibration here being like, look, I'm intuitive. I'm also very powerful in my business, and I want to connect at the heart. I want to connect emotionally. So to have this number does not play you small, okay? Do you like the U better there, or do you like it better in front of Leah?
There, probably, yeah.
Aisha U Leo Litwark, or Aisha Leah U Litwark. I liked it back here.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Aisha Leah U Litwark, okay? And if anybody asks for what the U stands for, it stands for unlimiting beliefs, universe, okay, and unlimited, okay? So we have a very big, powerful letter there. This is super powerful. I'm just going to color this in so you can get a good idea as to where you are vibrating at on the planet. This number is actually really good, okay? But this one is a challenge. There may come a point where you want to change your name legally. I would absolutely recommend that if you're not going to change it for numerology, that you call me back and say, Bobby, I'm getting married, or I want to change my vibration. I need a new vibe. And this is where we get a chance to make sure this is up. This will take you for the first part of your journey, but it's going to end up coming back to this at a certain point, being like, this vibration is not holding wealth. It holds too much anxiety, and it just holds up too much people pleasing. On the positive side, cute, very lovely, charming, fun and social, but then really irritated about things. And this is where that name is going to be a really strong challenge. It only goes down to a 3, whereas these names now suddenly go up to business. It goes up to purpose and spiritual connection. So I'm blessed that you have this here. It's an honor to do this with you. Man, that feels good. Is this how we're going to show up?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Aisha, Leah, you, Litwark. Okay, is that how I say it, Litwark, or is it
Litwark?
Litwark.
Yeah.
Great, let's do it. Boom. All right, I've just changed your name on the like the Zoom there. It's a huge upgrade. All right, it's a good time to take some water in, and everyone just be like, boom, boom, yeah, just like straight up, just give her that energy and be like, man, I can, and feel it. Just look at that name and just think, these people that come into her and they're just like her. They can be skeptical and they make things hard on themselves, and they're happy to find this place. So super awesome. I'm blessed and pleased to have. And just in case any of you guys try to change your business pages and Facebook's like, no, then either submit hey, Facebook, help me out, or just make a new page and get back on the road again. Okay, nothing wrong with a brand new page, even though it's a little annoying to get it set up because it's just so much extra work. But hey, this is what we have to do if we really want to play into alignment. All right, cool. So I appreciate you, Aisha, Leah, you, Litwark. This is a very blessing and honor to have you. Absolutely epic. Yeah. All right, let's bring Amanda out. I'm just gonna find Amanda here, and I've got you here. I'm gonna unmute you, or you can try to unmute yourself if you can. Amanda, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
How you feeling?
I am so nervous.
I know, I can hear it. I'll go easy on you. I appreciate you so much for being here. Why are you nervous?
I'm not sure what's going to come through. I know there's been like a vibrational mismatch. So yeah, I don't know. It's just exciting. It's excited from nervous.
Yeah, that's fine. I love using those words interchangeably. A little bit of exhilaration or anxiety is not a bad thing. It kind of lets you know where your temperature gauge is. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this. So we're going to see here. Okay, I see it. And then what about what we use for a business name? Amanda Lauren Unofficial. So it's basically you don't have a business page set up, or what's so unofficial about it?
I have a business page and it's under Amanda Lauren. It's just, it can be changed is what I meant. Like I'm not 100% set on it, and I've been like, this doesn't feel right, but Amanda Lauren is me. Like that's just the name I like the most. So I've been trying to figure it out for ages over all my handles. So
Okay, I understand. Well, it definitely wants to be changed. This is going to give you a mountain of anxiety. How about this one? Amanda Lauren Marcia is how we say it?
Yeah, Marcia. Yeah.
Marcia Kirk. Are you still?
Yeah.
Is this still who you are?
Yes, my legal name. Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a little bit of a challenge that we have to deal with. I appreciate you guys giving her all the love and appreciation and support. When I take a look at your life path, we see that of a princess, and this isn't in a negative way. We think of the joyful, sweetheart version of love. So if you have threes in your chart, we see things like I like the way I dress, or I like to dress up, or I like to have fun, I like to spend money, or I like to enjoy things. I want to go through a value of expression or of joy. So we see that showing up in the three, but it also limits us to a princess wardrobe, which is that, hey, it doesn't fit a queen, or it doesn't fit an entrepreneur, or it doesn't fit long-term love. When we see inside of the love chart, this is of the sweetest and the most pleasing. So we like to make people feel good. We like to do things for others. Inside of some of these other numbers, we're like, oh no, wait, she stands up more for other people than she does for herself. And this is a thing that a lot of people go through. The three's like, it's okay, don't worry. But then the five wants to get angry. And it's like, don't call me princess. I'm a warrior. And like, I'm a fighter. And then the sevens are going to say things like spiritual, intuitive, and I can see into the future. And then as we go even further, which you're in right now, as we go even into the further part, we see this 9/3, which shows a vibration of 9 being I love and give to the whole planet. So when we get a chance to see this, and look at this, how it's funny, 9/3, Amanda Lauren, as you go into your 55 years and older, 9/3. So there is a destiny in there that you are going to express yourself ultimately in love and impact and service and making people feel good. But we want to make sure that there's going to be something in there that we can use for your wealth, so that you're not sitting there being like, man, I'm missing a piece of the puzzle here. When I get a chance to look at this, I see, okay, she may be giving us thumbs up, but it could feel like her house is burning down. And that feeling is like, I'm at odds with myself. I've got this unnamed level of anxiety. I'm feeling anxious, or that this is like a violent engine on the inside that just doesn't stop. And then we take a look at this one and it says, shh, you're in a library. Be quiet. And you're like this anxiety can be burning on the inside. But then when we take a look at Amanda Lauren, you're like, I'm fine. This is fine. See, look at me. I'm fine. And that feeling can get stuck a lot in I'm just going to help other people feel good, where I'm not going to appreciate myself. But man, is there a real solid level of ambition that's inside of you that we know that, this kitten's got like a tiger's paw. Like, there's a very valuable fighter in there as well. But it's almost like we have to egg her on to get her there. We have to get her moving to get you there. A name like Amanda Lauren, it's leaving you at a really short level. So, hey, you may be a really good dancer, singer, artist, or painter or something to express your beauty or express your creative, effective you. But this isn't the vibration of mastery of wealth. Or is it to do anything with it? So we're looking at this and we're like, wait a second. There are no 4s, 6s, or 8s anywhere. So this is like a massive challenge that we want to get moving out of it. So let's talk about some things we could do. We can rebuild the name and add a letter to this if you want. Or we could talk about adding a letter to Amanda Lauren. Or you could take any one of these and go Amanda Kirk with a letter, or Amanda Marcia with a letter, or Amanda Lauren Marcia, or we can try to play with any of these. But is there any place that you'd really truly like to start with in case we can find a really good vibe there?
I'm sorry. I'm
it's
doing a cry.
It's a safe place. This is a holy space. You are more than welcome to do this. I appreciate you so much for giving it to me. I know exactly what to do with it. Here, throw it into the crystal. Throw it into the crystal. A really powerful feeling of growth. I'm here with you. So in case you need to express that, these types of things, they get taken advantage of. They get pushed down. They get angry about it. They also want to hurt themselves over things. They don't speak up for themselves. They process other people's energy. So you're there, you're like a really good friend and will fight really well for other people. But then we look at it again and like, she's not fighting nearly as hard for herself. So I can appreciate if you're, being brought to a level of emotion because of it. So all things considered, would you like, I'll suggest some things like this. Let's see if I can help you out here. So we'll find some buzzes and we'll see if this thing really fits. One of the first ones you could take would be Amanda C. Lauren or Amanda L. Lauren, which would move you away from the anxiety of a princess into the rulership of a queen. So we have a powerful level there. Okay. We also have, are you open to taking Kirk or Marcia if it means that it's going to help out a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Let's try that. Let's go Kirk. Okay, nope. How about Marcia? No. Okay, so let's go back to Lauren. And let's M and MA or MS or MJ. Amanda, Lauren, MJ, or Amanda. Actually, let's give you something really, really sweet. Amanda's the way we go, right? There's no like Manda or Mandy or anything like that.
I get called Manda.
But would you do that to yourself on a brand?
I would say I'd probably put Amanda, yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to Amanda. As with the High Vibe Squad vibration, I would say your best one that you could probably take, the most equally aligning one would be Amanda C or Amanda L. This is the most loving vibration. It's like, oh, finally my container is big enough to express and appreciate all these freaking emotions. And now it has the balance between love and wealth, and also the mastery of love. So having a vibration like this would be like the most natural numerological upgrade. But if you're feeling like, what else you got? Now's the time to say something.
I actually foresaw Amanda L. Lauren.
Funny. 7. we have to get, and the prop 7. Okay, so this is a spiritual traveler as well as it's a self-attack. So we have a vibration in here that can see the future. This vibration that moves you forward actually expresses into it. This is your ultimate vibration. So having Amanda L. Lauren is like, oh, yeah. It's going to go through some healing. I would absolutely recommend that you do things like, release letters and, writing a love letter to yourself or thanking the anxiety like writing a letter to the anger and the anxiousness and the sadness and all the parts that don't work, and expressing your heartfelt gratitude for showing up as a temperature gauge, because that's when you're like, ooh, this is hot, this doesn't hurt, this doesn't feel good, this hurts. Without it, we would be numb, we wouldn't feel pain, we wouldn't know. And the fact that you have that and it's still working, you have to look at it and be like, I know things have been tough between us, I get it, but I really appreciate you, all things considered. I'm blessed that you're not giving up on us. And that feeling is, I want to grow into myself. Look at the smile on her face. That's absolutely huge. I appreciate you for that. How does that feel?
It feels really good. And I'm reading the comments coming up, so I'm appreciating all the support from everyone. Thank you. And Philippa, yes, a lot of letters.
That's awesome.
I do have a question.
Please.
Would it make sense for me to legally change my name? I'm open for that if that is a good way to go.
Absolutely. If you legally change your name, would you be keeping Kirk?
Yes.
Okay, so then I would say either you're adding the letter J or S somewhere in there. You could do something like really subtle and go Marcia Kirk, like that, and just put the small little S in there. Or we could take out, let's just try Amanda Lauren Kirk. Yeah, that would be tough to do that. You could, because you could put a letter.
Could I keep Marcia? It's just because it's my grandmother's name. I'm the only one that carries it. So.
Sure. So there's a bit of that love in there. I get it. So
yeah,
Marcia Kirk. And then what about if we put the L in there? No, we'd have to put in the letter V, the letter D, the letter M. So Amanda D. Marcia Kirk, V. Marcia Kirk, or M. Marcia Kirk would be the way to unload that. Or you could take a letter S in the middle. I think the best one would be like keeping it with the way it is, or actually, because you want to keep Marcia the way it is, right? So you can go Amanda Lawrence Marcia Kirk or Amanda Lauren Marcia S. Kirk, kind of thing. You could, and also just curious, are you the type of person to change their name for marriage?
Oh, yeah, I am, but I don't know if I want to get married.
That's fine. And look at that, no sixes in the chart. She's like, ooh, I don't know about that though. And so I would change my name if I were to get married, but I don't want to get married. So probably not. It's more likely that you'll change your name for numerology, in which case I'd say, okay, the best one you could add, it would be an S or a J inside there somewhere, or even going like, because you want to keep Marcia. So if you were to take out Lauren, then it would be Amanda Marcia Kirk, and I would be adding the letter D, M, or V. So it's challenging because I just gave you an L. So it's like these kind of don't really fit with the rest of your name. And if you were to take this for a brand and unload Lauren legally, it would just have different levels of vibe on it. So it may be something you want to consider or think about long term. But when I look at legal name changes, advice for everyone coming right now, wait list, don't just do that right now. I would say, yes, you need to change your name legally. I would. I was born like this as well, 527. This was a secret addiction. I had secret addictions of self-hurt and drugs, and nobody knew, and I would just beat myself up, and I basically it was the end of it for me. So to take it on with this vibration here, I would like to think, oh, okay, so we've got a bigger level vibe for you, and moving that over would be really powerful. So just in case you want to consider it later, it's okay. But I would, how about you? Oh, there was, I showed that one. How was that? Hold on. Lauren. See, Lorena, like that. So that would another one work. Amanda Lorena Marcia Kirk. So just in case that feels a bit more authentic, that would also help to move the vibration over. But did any of those kind of zap out at you?
Yeah, I like to see Amanda Lorraine Marcia S. Kirk and then Amanda Lorena Marcia Kirk. I sound very exotic with that name. I like that one.
Sorry, with the S? So the difference...
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, it's okay. Carry on.
This one speaks of value towards connection and power to others. So it really wants to help empowering people and move them forward. So taking the S, I'd say, is probably the best one because that's the one I suggested.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Congratulations. I'm just going to I'm going to change your name here and put this on. We've got L for love and luxury and lavish. Okay, so we have this Amanda L. Lauren. Welcome to the stage. Boom. Okay.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Muting you. All right, let's keep going. Ariana, are you with us? Let's see if I can find you. Let's see where you are. Hello, hello. I'm muting you.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm just gonna say my name's Alana.
Is that how you spell it, or did I, or Alana? Sorry. Okay.
It's all right.
Thank you, Arlana. Cool. Yeah, it was just my eyes that were doing. Cool. Okay, so Arlana's here.
That's right.
And Arlana, I appreciate you being here. I'm just gonna pull up what you wrote for me, and let's do this. So we got a lot of names here: Arlana, Jane, Arahina, Lee Cook. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your birthday, January 28th. Holy smokes, 1995. That's like epic right now. 116 equals life path 8 for mastery of wealth. So you not making money is a big challenge, okay? And then you have your business page as Lawrence.
Yeah, well, I'm not deep into my business yet, but that's probably what I would have chose.
Okay, so let's take a look at this and let's start putting this together. First of all, when I see a life path 8, we know that there's a focus here on creating wealth. So we have a really powerful feeling around that. We're gonna go, I'm just putting your whole thing together. Arlana Jane Arahina Lee Cook, okay? Cool. And next vibration we see here is a master vibe at birth. So we've got a big soul kind of gal here, okay? Like this is not messing around. Life path 8, we want wealth. Name path 6 with an 8 in their balance, there's a spiritual connection to your heart. Then the January and the 28 show up as leader. So there's going to be a challenge here because a part of you, you know, cares about other people and really does care about other people, but another part of you really doesn't and just cares about what you need to do for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being selfish and having a good sense of identity. But being born in January, being born on the 28th, us as friends in school, you would have been like, Bobby, why are you going to break your heart for someone? You got to find your own worth, your own wealth, and really teach people about what's inside of them. That's really important. That really matters. You're a leader. When we see numbers like this, I'm like, oh boy, you got some fireworks here. This is straight up. Okay. Like we're talking about like, Philip is going to pay attention to this because we've got a heavy hitter. This is a really powerful set of vibes here. Let's see how easy or how good this has been to you throughout this whole process. So Arlana Cook is dead in the water. This is not a name that we can use. This is a challenge because you have a very powerful name at birth. And we're like, no. These are really good. And then this one's just super annoyed with people. And you're very loving up front. But then afterwards, it's like, okay, it's not that tough. It's not that hard. Let's get it moving. And then the one is like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gone. Bye. And that's that challenge because Arlana Cook, nice to meet you, especially through high school, whatever, through, you know, writing your name. Using this vibration is like, oh boy. And we really want to make sure that this vibration gets a chance to move itself forward. How about Lawrence? Let's just try that one. And we're going to do this here. 674, solid vibe, but not a vibration for wealth. So we've got to make some adjustments here. Let's see if I can find something super cool that shows up with this. So let's try a few of these. Are any of these, let's just try Arlana Cook. Okay, we've got to find something to put here. If you were to put the letter N or W, it moves you into a vibe that says queen, okay? Also, you could take, let's just do it this way. I'm going to open this up. I usually would have had this prepared if where I had to do this earlier on my own. But what we'll do is we'll just use it here so I can keep an eye on this. So it will be 9, N or W, okay, would be one. Or G, P, or Y will be another. So Arlana G or Arlana P Cook or Arlana Y Cook or Arlana N or W. But what about if we take the letters you already have? So let's go J, A, L. Oh yeah, look at that. See, there's something about this one. Okay, so J, A, L. Just in case you wanted to take it, your actual abbreviated version. Let's just go J, A, L Cook. Right, shows up again with the same level of power, which kind of feels this little feeling that says you're destined to be great. You're destined to do something in this world, or you're destined to create a value because you showing up financially at the very top end works. Now you showing up this way for business also works. I would take this one with you towards business. Or if you take Lauren's, you could use the letter B, K, T would also work in case you wanted to move that up a little bit. Or you could take the letter E, M, or V would also work. But how are we feeling about Arlana J.A.L. Cook? Is that something that vibes? Or would you move? Would you want to shorten it a little bit?
No, funny thing is, because, you know, at the bank and stuff, you have to have a name, and they give you variety of names for your like card and stuff, and that's the exact name that's on my card. So wow. I'm not, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm like goosebumps for sure. This is really cool. You also have this one, okay, just in case we want to go a little bit further. You have Arlana Lee Cook, okay? This is a little bit more aggressive, but the same kind of vibe. So you're really not getting away from this, I love and I care, I want to create wealth, but I'm also pretty spiritual, and I can connect and kind of see things. And there's something guided or divinely moving you forward because these are versions of your name that actually exist. So does this one fit a little bit better for you, or did you prefer JAL?
Probably JAL because it's just like
it's you.
I don't know.
It's authentic. I mean, like for me, I had Francisco, my middle name. So when I took Bobby F. Perihar, I'm like, boom, sign me up. And that's that feeling. And like, look at that. Look what happens to us. I mean, you're a little bit better in better condition than I am, you know, at birth. But the reality is that when we take our names, we get upgraded to a vibration of power, wealth, spirituality, and love vibration. So it's really nice to see this. Can you use this for your business too?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want, we can put something else. I don't mind to load this up. If you are hoping to use this, like Lawrence Lee will work.
Because
yeah.
Funny you said that as well, Lance for businesses, because I had a hard time introducing myself as Alana when it comes to stuff like that. I even, because one of my friends, she's here now, she has a group, and I even said that on there too, like I've always introduced myself as Lance, and I don't know why.
Okay, you can do that. Just look how many of these I'm finding. This is one of the coolest things about having a lot of names in your charts. Like you can just match them and mix them up together and just like, you know, play puzzle in each way. Lawrence Jane Cook also works really well. So in case you wanted to run with the queen vibration, like, yeah, you know what? I think I really should have that vibe for love. We get a chance to see it again inside of Lawrence Jane Cook. Does that one fit a little bit better?
Yeah, it does.
You want to use this one back for your business, or or your personal, or do you want to keep this one personal and use this one for business?
Yes, please. Personal and the other one for business.
Okay, so we're going to keep Arlana JAL Cook, and then we're also going to keep Lawrence Jane Cook.
Cool. Yeah.
Super cool. Any questions at all?
No, not at the moment. I'm just like blown away a bit.
This is super nuts. Okay, let me just see this. Stopping this cycle that's been blocking me from receiving my dream life, and then stepping up as a leader I know I can be and help people out the dark and cycles that I've experienced. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The problem is that you're going to fight yourself for a very long time before it ends up really balancing itself out. So you got to really strap yourself in for this one. You're equipped for the battle. And that other part of you, Arlana Cook, was like chewing on itself until there was really nothing left. And that's that challenge where you couldn't see yourself, trapped in a negative cycle, giving everyone else the love, not really expressing yourself, being super irritated about it because you have to focus on you. These vibrations are like, you know what? Plug my love back into me before I start giving it out to other people. These are really solid vibes. Boom, boom, boom. You've been united. You've been numerologically aligned. I appreciate you so much. This is super cool.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you very much.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, Aniketi, are you ready? Let's see if I can pull you up. Where are you? If you can unmute yourself and let me know.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Absolutely blessed to have you here. I felt your energy before we had a chance to connect, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just going to pull up your stuff and make sure I have it. And what we're going to do here is I'm just going to make sure it's here. Where are you? And here we are. Didn't you make the, I thought you said you made a mistake somewhere. Okay, let me see this. So you've got Malia, Akata, Eniketi, Lemoto, Onesi. Or how do you say that?
Malia Akata, Eniketi Lemoto Onesi.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the Pacific Island girl going out there for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I did the Wolfpack session. That was really, really tough.
Oh my god.
They're just
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So this brings me back a little bit, but I absolutely love it. That's a really wonderful name. Let's move this over as well. So we have leadership. We've got intuition as a deep woman in there. And then we've got a princess in the making. When we also take a look at this, we see that this vibration looks like a life path 11. I just want to double check just to make sure. I usually consult a website called Token Rock, and I have one coming in the making as well, but let's just put yours in there. We're going to go January 16, and the year was 92. So we're going to put that together, and we're going to see here, life path 11. Okay, cool. So I'm also life path 11. Let's just call this what it is. It's very difficult to run a number in double digits. This is a mastery life path. There is going to be a lot of crap that you have to go through, a lot of sacrifice of self, a lot of challenge in relationship, a lot of getting the low end of the deal, but because you're here to actually help people get through a really solid space, and it pays off in the end where you get a chance to enjoy your childhood one day. Right now, up until the very beginning of it, it's a little bit more serious, a bit quieter, and that feeling is there. You've got to go through stuff before it gets into a very valuable feeling of wisdom that grows in. You're only like, what, 25, 26? Or you turn 27. So you're turning 27 in like 3 months.
28.
You're turning 28.
Next year. Yeah.
So you've shifted. Inside of this movement that you go through in the second part of your life, things get really quiet and become very observant. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at your name, and then we're also going to put things together for you so that you can have a vibration for your biz. And let's just do this here. So have you always been using Eniketi?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, right from birth. It's the name of my grandmother, so
cool.
It really, yeah, it's really special to me.
Absolutely. And you know, my name Belwant, I don't use it, but I use Bobby because it's hard to use this name in business. You know, because it's just difficult to say. It's also my grandfather's name, and I can hear my little son. I named him Belwant as well. So we have another vibration here, and I take pride in people who take pride in the names that they've been given. There's a really solid code in here. Like we look at this and we have to wonder, does the universe know who you guys are? Because you guys seem to be people coming in at high level positions. And we also take a look at this number here and we're like, wow, there's an angel here. But the problem is that this vibration feels awkward. It feels socially not normal. It almost like I'm not connected to other people the same way. I don't speak up for myself the way I want to. And I just want to sit and I just want to have fun. And I don't want to take things too seriously. So Adams, this is a married name.
Yes, correct.
So let's do it like this. And we're going to go Adams. There's a challenge here in the same way we saw with Aisha that we're holding ourselves back and the anxiety can kind of get to us a little bit. And it almost feels like, I don't know. And I don't, you know, and you're using this as a business page. This isn't going to inspire anyone to want to create wealth with you. That's a really tough thing to experience because we're like, no, come on. What's wrong with me? I'm fine. I got all this big level stuff. I'm ready to get my upgrade now. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to put something here. And let's see what we can use. So let's just try using the same vibes of the same things that we were using before. Let's try your letters. So let's see, M-A-L. No. Okay, how about A-L? No. How about M-A? No. M-L? No. So let's try it again. Let's do something else here. You could be taking a few different things to move this up. One is the letter U, and the other one would be N or W like this, and then another one would be the letter E. Like, so we have some options here. Now you could take another look at the name as well. I'm gonna politely mute you here. Your little one in the background is just like, no, run my numbers. I'm like, I'm sorry, Pop. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try another way of this. I'm gonna see if I can do Akata. No. How about your first name, Malia? No. Okay. How about Lamoto? No. Okay, so none of these are going to work by themselves if we just put a single letter to your name or a single word. And we don't have any of the letters that we're using. So we've got some option here to take a different vibe. This one here, the N or the W. If you're like, look, I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy. I don't want to take things too seriously. This is the 358. Nothing wrong with that vibe. I just want to make some quick things happen in my business. People take this to get started, and then once they launch into a bigger name, they're taking it to the next level. You could say, let me take it to the next level right now. I'm ready to do this right now. We take the letter U, Eniketi U Adams, and now you vibe at the level of leadership, high vibe squad, generational wealth, perfect looking name. You could keep going and be like, nope, I'm sitting with Philippa on this one. I'm going up to the top. I need to change everything in my, I don't use a vibe this high. I sacrifice things for family at this point. It really made me feel like, I remember that picture Philippa, she posted about, it was her on a whiteboard and their kids were just like messing around at the bottom with all their toys. And I'm like, see, that's what's up. That's how you really integrate both without taking the two apart and being like, go to your room, stay in there until mommy's done. This one's like, look, this is how we build our businesses. Kids are going to be here. It's going to be a powerful vibe. But this is the one that wants to change the world. The other one absolutely will, but it also wants to do so with some love in its heart as well. So just in case you wanted to take the E or, just show you that it's all the way up there, the U also works as well. What are your thoughts on this? I'm just going to quickly unmute you here. What are your thoughts on a name here? How did any of these really zap at you? Or would you like to try to build one with another version of your name?
Oh man, that's really tricky, eh? I mean, the U was really speaking to me. I'm a really serious person anyway, so it's really tricky. I mean, I would love to see what you could come up with my other names.
Okay, which one do you like?
The Malia.
Okay, let's go Malia, and then we're gonna try L. Okay, so Eniketi Malia L Adams works. Okay. Yeah, that one would work as well. So if you were to do Malia L Adams like that, this one also works, and this one continues with the serious vibe of passionate leadership, ambition. Like that, you can. Did anyone else tell in her voice that she's got a sharp voice? Like it's not like a, like, oh my God. Like it's like, yo, I'm gonna do something. That feeling of that 5 is like, I'm serious anyway. And I can tell in the tone of the vibration that you hold inside you as well. So in case that's a better vibe for you, this is also super authentic. Eniketi Malia L Adams. Does that sound a bit better? Yeah, it does, hey? It fits a bit better too. So let's take this on. And in case any of you guys by the end of this, actually, can I change mine? You absolutely can. This is just for me to see you guys all get lined up. But in case you want to go deeper and dive in deeper as well, you're more than welcome to do so. I would absolutely recommend and suggest, okay? And Eniketi's totally serious. She joined the business a few months ago before she gave birth to her first baby because she was all in. Straight up. And this one is like fighter, leader, mama. So congratulations on your little one. And you are going to do some powerful things with this. My wife, Sally, has this number. And you don't get in the way of a mama bear or a mama lion. Like straight up, like you're going to go and get stuff done, especially with a number like this. Born in 1992, this journey that you're on now, it's the wisening and the level of intuition that really starts to grow through that helps us to get through this. So the crap that you've had to go through in your life it's now starting to turn over and you're starting to hold lots of level of success. You've got your little baby with you. You've got your multi-million-dollar business with you, and you have a spiritually focused group of people all supporting you with you. I'd like to say this is a really powerful field that you're involved in. Okay, so super blessed to have you here. If you feel like you need to change this or move this up, we can. But let's keep moving. Let's go on. Absolutely, thumbs up. Any questions at all, Aniketi? Did you have any at all about your chart or anything that you wanted to? Good. You're good. Sweet. All right. Awesome. So, Jodine, are you with me? I'm just going to try to find you, or you can unmute yourself if you want. Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
Great to connect with you. This is a super powerful time for us to connect. I'm blessed that you would allow me to look into this for you, and really blessed to have you here. So I'm going to pull your numbers up, and here we are. So it says Jodine Marie Puai Kokiri. Okay, so I'm just, and can you pronounce that for me so I know how to say it?
Jodine Marie Puai Kokiri.
Okay. Kokiri. Okay, got it. And like that. And this is the name you were born with, and you still hold this name legally today?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your birthday here. We're going to go December 5, 1992. This is a challenge. This is a challenge because part of you wants to be super sweet and pretty, and the other part's like wants to be a fighter. Okay, and we have 6 + 5 is 11, another life path 11, just to confirm. Sometimes they show up with 2s. So we're just going to take a look and see December, and then it's the 5th of December, and then 1992. This is not uncommon, seeing as Philippa has a name that says Angel. So sure, or not today, but the original to her. So we know that there's going to be this high vibe squad, high vibe, like right up there at the top. But this marks a challenge because there is a large level of spiritual maturity. And then there's just like can I just please have fun and just be on the ground? Like, I just want to enjoy. I don't want to consider all that really, really, really huge, big stuff. But underneath it, we know that there are angel wings in there that if we could just be like just really get it moving forward would be really powerful, if not for all this second guessing and anxiety and challenging myself and why do I not good enough and I just need to make sure, and that challenge is you humbled and low to the ground, but you are not. You have the soaring ability inside of you as well. It's just going to hurt. So there could be sacrifice, there could be getting taken advantage of, there can be feeling of you giving more of yourself to others than you want to, fighting yourself. This shows up inside of there. And guess what? Your princess outfit is now turned into a warrior set of gear. Being born in 1992, you're 27 now. Welcome to being an adult. Welcome to the second stage of your life. The 3 is where everything was just play, play, play. The 5 is like, let's conquer, let's move, let's absolutely grow forward, and super, super powerful that we see this. But it's going to be a challenge towards things like wealth, things like relationship, things like stability. You keep a healthy level of chaos around you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you go traveling once a month or once every season, or maybe at least once a year. Absolutely. Once a year is like not enough. So let's see here. The biggest challenge in life and in business that I'm working on right now, I like how you reworded the question and the answer. That's awesome. Is trusting in myself. Good luck. Good luck. You have to close your ego. You have to close your mind. You have to shut off the mirror and shut off the inner voice in your head. That trust in self is super difficult with these numbers, just so you know. So when you do find that trust with yourself in a really solid name, it's like a nice big tall glass of water. I'm just gonna have some. Stepping into full leadership to attract abundance for myself and others. There is no losing. Okay, this 5, there is no losing for you. There is no option to lose. Like, you are going to sacrifice everything for it. But this is also where things change. Once you're done with your fight in life, you go back to being a princess. So you're going to really cut it all down, and then finally back to being. But in this area, now you got grandbabies, you got little kids, and they're gonna, you're gonna be back in that joyful energy for darling. So let's take a look at some of this. I'm gonna pull out your names and let's see what we got. So we got Jodine, and then we also have Marie, and we have your other names as well, and Kiri. Okay, we're gonna put this inside. This is a lot of love. the problem here is that you're very, very loving and caring and giving to others. This is like mom of the year. We have like the 6 showing up as, look, I love my kids or I love family. Then the 3 says, but I've got a really super sweet smile and I really want to just stay a big kid myself. And that's clear here that we don't get older the same way other people get older. There's a big kid in you. And then there's this giant version of love, like this massive level humanitarian. You care about impact, helping other people. If we find you doing charitable work in your life, it's like a good day because we know that you want to serve people to their ultimate happiness. This is great because you're going to be able to be an emotional board for people to experience themselves, especially through life. So, but the problem is, spoiler alert, you love people more than you'll love yourself. You'll take care of people more than you'll take care of yourself. When it comes to you, it's like, I'll get to me later. No, you won't. You're going to take care of everyone else. And then by the time it's mommy got to take a nap, or it's like, I'm tired, or I'm exhausted, or it can even grow into remorse or regret, that the smile shows up for social, but then the heart hurts and it's sad because it just feels like it's not getting its needs met. And it's tough because this is the best love that you can get in the universe. Like we see this is a divine, like my water bottle. Damn it, wrong water bottle. I have another one that has the sacred geometry on it, like, you know, the triangles and all that stuff with the circles and everything. This is a shape. This is that shape. It says divine love. And then we look at your life path, it says angel. Then we see princess warrior. So we're like, okay, so she's going to pretend like it's all good, but then she's really going to go through this shift or this fight in life. And it's going to hurt even more than it hurts a regular person because her heart is like 10 times too big. And it's not, and then, but yet you're on the outside of it being like, can I have my love too? And this is where we really want to make sure that you take care of that. Really, really powerful. Now I've noticed that you've got the ES in there on your vibration. Did we do that, or is that something like? Is there a reason why that ES is in there?
Yeah. So I came in a call a while ago, and you gave me the letters F, O, and X, and then you went and explained the mastery letters as well, which was E and S or E and L that I could have added to my name. So I took the E and the S.
So thank you. I appreciate you for that. So you're vibrating now at a much higher level. And we could keep going up, or if it ain't broke, we don't fix it. We absolutely love this vibe. But how are we feeling with the name so far?
I've actually felt challenged with this name, adding it onto my personal profile page. And so I only went and put it on my business profile page. So
okay.
Yeah.
You could add it to the last name if you wanted to try to add it to or you could add it to the first name. But holding this vibration forth, and if it's on side of your business, it's absolutely powerful. This is the one that moves into leadership. Now, we want to take a look at this because you've been holding this name for a while, and you're about to go where you just went through, or you're about to go through this change process and this different level of vibration. Because we had a chance to actually do this already, what I really want to make sure is we get a chance to see, because when you take that name, it's going to open some things up. Like, oh my God, Facebook's going to challenge me and they're going to mess with me and I can't actually, like, you know, use this vibe. Or because of this vibration, I step up a little bit. And now with that vibe, we're looking at what did we see in that time? How did things grow? What was challenged? What was brought up? What types of learning lessons are we going through? So since we've last talked, can we like notice or pay attention to anything that's happened to you or that has been happening to you that we want to bring to light today while there's a bunch of people helping us move forward?
For me, it was shifting into and asking and really receiving and being open to receiving the support of others around me and the support of my family and friends. So I felt like I couldn't step into that name on my personal page because then there'll be people that I meet, you know, that are around me all the time, my family and my friends who know me, you know, and I'm coming out and stepping into that name on my personal page and not just a business. So bringing that together and stepping into that in both my personal and my business page has been a challenge for me. So now, within the last week, actually, just within the last week, I've gone into changing it across on my personal page as well.
Okay. And just temperature checking if this one is also available. Okay. So just in case you want, you're looking at your top end form, having a good sword or a good sword and a good shield is not a bad idea. But just in case you wanted to find something a bit more authentic, we have Jodine Puai Kokiri, okay? So it also shows up as a master level version that gets you high up at the top. But with little children and, you know, family and stuff, it may be a challenge to take something like that. I wouldn't say end all be all. You're just going to leave your kids to the side. But just so you know, this one also runs in case you're feeling more authentic to it. I'd like to pay attention to the fact that you were blocked. And we also want to make sure to think, was that us? Was it self-inflicted? Was it my old programs? Was it because it was the wrong word? ES was the wrong letter? If you see this, does this pull your motive to this, or do you think, no, we went too far with this name?
I think back when the last call, I went too far with that name. Now it's perfect.
Okay, so with the ES, it's actually perfect now.
Yeah, now it is, yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so now because we're on this, and I'd like to take a look at this, do we have any questions or any big, huge thing that, because we're talking about like growing into reception of things. You're still holding this name legally?
Pardon?
This is still your legal name?
Jodine Marie Puai Kokiri.
Yep.
Yes.
So legally speaking, it's still going to be a challenge to accept things. Even though you put this thing up front, there is a challenge inside of here to be receiving of stuff. So there's this technique, tactic, skill set, whatever you want to call it, of like, I'm open to receive. And that feeling, you have to sort of say it to yourself inside of the mirror, or even putting it on a sticky note that you write. If you guys are writing notes for your house or writing notes for yourself, I'm open to receiving all that the love or all that the universe has for me. I'm open to receiving my abundance of wealth, or I'm open to that. I'm not closed to it. I'm open to my reception of things. Or even further, I'm open to my own self-love, or I'm open to loving myself the way I truly deserve to, or what I truly I'm worthy of, or I love myself and I'm thankful that I can love myself, because a lot of this challenge is that you give so much to other people. And like, if you line up everybody around you and they're like, what do you think about Jodine? And they're like, oh man, she's the best. She does everything. She's awesome. All this stuff. You're going to start, if you feel that anxiety being like, stop it, everybody stop, and you're unable to receive that, that could be a really big deflection of the universal energy that's meant for you. So a really solid positive affirmation mantra here is this feeling of like, I'm worthy, I'm successful, I am open to my own love, and I love myself, and I'm thankful. And it's funny because that's what I was saying to my necklace when I was, oh man, you guys have no idea. So I had a bowl. I told my wife, I was like, hey, can you get me a bowl? I'm going to cut my necklace. I'm going to put all the beads in there. I'm going to string it up again, especially for this call. I'm doing this. And I got like up to here. And it's stretchy, okay? I got up to here, and then I let go, and it went, and I'm like, and it went all over the floor, and my little tiny 2-year-old was like, oh no. And I'm like, I know. I'm like sitting there being like, I love myself. I'm worthy. I'm successful. I'm open to love. I'm opening to loving myself. And it went, and I'm like, okay. And I pulled it up, and I'm like, I am patient. It's all good. And I'm like, I did it again. And then it happened. I noticed it here, and it happened again. And I'm like, ah. And I realized that there was so much pent up energy in how it is to love myself. And I'll teach you guys a little something about me. Before I had this 876, it was 819. There was no self-love. It was just all about giving to others. Inside of my birth name, before I took the letter in there, it was 527. Now it's going to be a 628. But the reality is that I didn't have that there. I had a challenging vibration of self-love. On a further part of this, I was born in June, which says give your love out to others. So I've had like 27 years of just constant giving to others and scraping from myself. And here, love me. Here, I'm giving you am I not worthy? Am I not good enough? And that was the reality of that feeling. If you ask the universe, the answer is yes. The answer is always yes. It's just a question. And it's just like, am I not worthy? Yes, you are not worthy. Except that was the reality that I was living in. And so taking a number like this, no small thing that we have to deal with. And to know that you're moving forward through it, I'm glad that you have this. This is a legacy long-term building number. So you holding it more and more and more and more, you holding this, if you were to do this with your legal name, I would say, we don't want to mess this up. but we could add the letter F or the letter X to it to move it along, and legally speaking, so that it also vibrates as a 696. Food for thought. Your legal name change is a threat, and it's challenging because like, what are you talking about? I'm so loving. So we really have to pay attention to the fact that that could show up. All right, let's keep moving. Did you have any questions at all?
No, thank you. Thanks, Bobby.
I appreciate you. We'll connect again because I'm not sure. All of you guys are going to get written owner's manuals for yourselves. So Jodine, if yours is still current and your calendar is still in effect, I can extend it for 2 years for you, or I can give you one for your kid or for your spouse or for your other kid or whoever it is that you want in your life. So just keep that in mind. Absolutely. Okay. Aisha's saying, my boy, sorry, we'll pop back and forth. That's cool. I appreciate you for leaving your energy with us and giving your sweet son a sweet little snack or something. Sometimes my little girl's super mad. I'm like, do you want treats? Do you want candies? Do you want love? Do you want mommy? Do you want hugs? And she's like, no. And she just sits there with me, like saying no to me as she's getting happier. So it's super fun. Okay, Jordan, let's bring you out. How you doing? Can I hear you?
I'm good.
I can hear you. Great to have you with us today. How are you feeling?
I'm good. It's so funny because I've just been so excited this whole time. Then all of a sudden when it came up to me, I was feeling nervous. I don't know why.
It's okay. We're about to heal some stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this number, guys. Nuts. This is a massive, severe challenge. You're very close to mastery, but this is so super powerful that it's like, we've got like, this is a very powerful level of energy that's like, whoa. So we're going to really work on this. I'm going to open up what you said to me, and that way we get a chance to see this. Let's put you on here. So let's do this now. So you're now married. Is that recent?
Yes. Well, actually nearly a year ago now, October last year.
Cool. Okay, so we're going to talk about this before it was. So Jordan, Moana, Walker, Wana.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
And then we have...
That's been my joke, that my name rhymes.
That's awesome. It's like a really cool Dr. Seuss poem. So what we're going to do, and we're going to take a look at this, February 26, 1996. So 2, 8, and then 7. Okay, cool. Life path 8. Boom. What's up?
Yeah.
Wizard.
I knew my life path number was 8. I don't know how I knew that.
Yeah, well, because you're a wizard and you just know these things. So let's go Jordan, and then we're going to go Moana, and then we're going to do Walker, and then Wana. Okay, so we're going to see that. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. So you changed it. I'm curious because you wrote that in for me. This is a challenging vibe. You no longer hold it, but this is the one that says, I work too hard. I don't know when to stop, and I don't have any breaks, and oh my God. And it feels like it's just never ending. It just wants to keep moving. So let's see how good marriage was to you. So then you change it to Bateson. Oh, thank God. Okay, so now it's operating at a vibration that's like good. So marriage was good to you. So you've changed it legally, so we're good. But there is an engine in here that doesn't want to quit. There's like an ambition here that's like, I'll do whatever the hell. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to make it happen. But what happened through Bateson? Like that thing took you way over the top. See, Jordan Wana was a vibration of that Philippa holds. Okay, we got master level wizard. So just put this on for a minute. It still stays black. It still stays to the top. Severe challenge, massive level of wealth, unbelievable level of like growth and magnetism inside of this. Like we have a very big number here. This is wizard, law of attraction, wizard, partnership, wizard, spiritual, connected, intuitive, wizard. Like the words that you speak are going to have magnetic power that grow with you in a huge way. But you got married and you went one step higher. So it's like, okay, wait a second. Now we have a vibration that says universe. When we see 1-9, we see mastery. When we see 9, we see mastery of all masters. And this will take you lifetimes to figure this name out. So the fact that you normally got it through marriage, we're like, okay, so we've got a really big number here that shows up inside of this challenge, but it's impossible to get anything done because it's over the edge. It doesn't know itself. It feels invisible to the self. We're like, okay, no, I can't do that. I need to have something that's more powerful. What are you showing up for inside of business? Let's do this. So in business, a name you've been thinking about is Revive and Restore. Let's do that. Okay, Revive.
Yeah, and as we were going along, I thought, how cool is all just having your name? I like it.
There's two places here. One is your ultimate brand, which should be your name, and another one is your vision and your future. And like Philippa Orangi is gonna have High Vibe Squad. So the same way that you can have a vibe that says Revive and Restore, you should still be showing up so that when we meet you at a party, you don't say, hi, I'm Revive and Restore. So the party's a Facebook, and when people see your name, they want to see one. So I'm just gonna quickly do Revive and Restore real quick so we can see if it's good or not. Okay, Revive and Restore. No good. Okay, what about like this? How about like this? Okay, so if you want to use it, I would use this. I would go like this. Revive and Restore. Revive and Restore. So take the and down to N. Okay, don't use the full name. So just in case you want to keep Revive and Restore, it works really well here, but it doesn't work if you put the full word and. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll leave it up there because cool, it's nice. It also has a really solid vibe to it, but we're not going to distract from the fact that you need a brand name for you. So here, we could use a letter. If you use a letter, you've got the letter F or X. You could take the letter O, or you could take the letter H, Q, or Z. So you could either step into emotional care with your little one with you. It may be more ideal to have a balanced combination, or you could be like, hubby, take the kid. I'm going into wealth. I need to create millions and absolutely powerful. For me, I took a vibration around here, so inside of the balance between business and love, but I also have my business brand shows up with an HQZ, so or with a global vision vibration. So we could also play with one of your names and see, does Jordan Moana Bateson work? Do you have a preference for using one of your names to see if it would work, or did you like one of those letters?
I quite like the letters, the X or the HQZ. Either of those was popping out to me.
Okay, and just so you know, Jordan Moana Bateson also does the same effect if in case you take the letter Z. So you could go down and go Jordan Z Bateson, or Jordan Q Bateson, or even Jordan H Bateson, same thing. Or you could take Moana and go for the super authentic feel and just be like, yo, I'm ready to do this. And when we see big numbers like this, everything, we throw in everything to create the massive level of abundance that's going to happen. This will also rip everything from you. But a big one of these challenges is that unless you take it, you're probably going to be like, there's going to be something missing unless you take it, because you're in a double 8, or you're about to be 96, 23 this year.
How old am I? I don't know. Yeah, I'm turning 24.
Okay, so you're young, and at 27, you're entering your massive double 8s, dual wanding wizards. I would be very careful about the words that you let yourself think and the things that you let yourself experience. This one's a little bit scratchy towards itself. It's a bit frustrated towards itself. So knowing that you're not there anymore, you still got that fight in there, but we have to come up with a bigger name. So do you like Moana better, or do you want to go with the Z?
I like Z. I like Z a lot. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this for you here. We're going to make sure that we have it. I'm just going to rename you, and we're going to do this Jordan Z Bateson. Awesome. Okay, cool. And how about, I'm going to make sure, did I get Eniketti's just to see that I had it? Let's see if I find you. Are you still here with us? Where'd you go? Let's see you here, Eniketty. Here you are. I didn't change your name, so I'm just going to change yours real quick. Cool. So, Jordan, any questions at all?
No, just how are you so amazing? I love this so much. It's just been like mind-blowingly amazing.
I promise you something. This vibration was made for numbers like yours. When we see 8s, I get comments like that from you guys. That's like, this is nuts. I don't know what this is, but like, you know me, and I'm like, yeah, your law of attraction is almost magnetic. So the things that you say are going to hold so much value and so much weight that you have to be careful about the stuff that you say to yourself and others. because it's almost like you look at someone you're pissed off at, and then suddenly a car comes and runs them over, and you're like, I'm sorry. And then you have to make sure that you're very careful about that stuff. And you look at things and you're like, oh, there's a problem. It's a challenge. It's an opportunity. I figure out solutions all the time. Something will come for me. It'll be fine. It's all good. I trust the universe. This is magnetic. Okay. Super freaking boss name. Rose is like, yeah, it feels good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up. Okay, cool. So I appreciate you. I did not become amazing by accident. It was destined. I had to go through a lot of pain first, but I'd like to think I'm getting better and better. Okay, Cardi, are you here? Let's get you open. Where are you? Can you unmute yourself and let me know? Sound test.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so I appreciate you letting me mispronounce your name a few times, but it's pronounced Cardi?
Kati, so like you just say it faster.
Okay, so Kati. Okay, cool. So let's do yours, and I really want to pull yours up here. So your date of birth is August, so we got power right up front, and then super sweet 21st, the 3. This is vibration of love, and then we have leadership in there. So we have 3 and 1. So we put this all together, life path 3. This is challenging because when we see the 3, we want to make people feel good and super loving and all that stuff. But then the 8 is like really ambitious. And then the 1, again, it's about that leadership. So this can be a challenge or a fight between the part of you that's like, you know, loving and fun and then supremely powerful. So let's take a look a little bit further and let's go through this and make sure we've got it. Okay, so it's Katarina. Okay, Dominic Chase or Dominique Chase. Let me spell it right. Is that how you spell it? Dominique or Dominique?
Yeah.
Okay, it's got the missing I in there, so I just wanted to make sure. So it's not spelled like this?
Yeah, that's it. Without the I.
Without the extra I?
Yeah.
And how do you pronounce it?
Dominique.
Dominique, okay. So then we're going to do it like this, okay? And then it goes Cardi Chase. And then what about for your business is Cardi S Chase? Did I give that to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. And so what we're going to see is here is calling in my people, letting go of all the things that do not serve and align, living and being in my highest potential, attracting and opening myself up to receive abundance. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The challenge with the 3 is that we second guess ourselves consistently. And also the place that you're in is that I check myself and constantly, you know, second guess myself completely. I'm not, the high level of stuff gets a bit of anxiety. The next year is going to change. So next year we've got a vibration here that goes into hard work. Right now it's about expression, love, joy, creating your brand, helping people get comfortable with you. Let's put your name back on the chart. We're going to see it here. We're going to go Katarina, and then we have Dominique Chase. Okay, and I appreciate you. Here we go. What a solid name. And then how about just Cardi S Chase? S Chase, again, solid. How are you feeling with this letter? How's it treating you?
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Okay, so what about these limiting beliefs then?
They're slowly falling away.
That's better than most. If they're slowly or slightly or in progress moving, we're making things go forward. That's absolutely awesome. I'm just gonna double check here. You don't have this on your name with a personal vibration, so we're missing something. This vibration is still a vibe that's holding non-communication and self-fight. So if let's say you're like, you know what, I'm okay to show up like this in business. I have nothing wrong with the name. I would like to think, what else are we missing? Because this vibe here shows really, really powerful. It's the high vibe squad vibe. But this vibration is, I'm not going to say anything, and I'm slowly, just very slowly, just getting more and more frustrated with myself.
Yeah, sure.
So we've got something to work on here. Is there a if I gave you this letter and I'd say go forth, you're balanced, you're aligned, what's up, you're good, and then this name doesn't get changed, is there a block or a belief or a limit that we need to focus on about this. I don't communicate myself, or I'm not speaking up for who I am, or I'm quietly at odds with myself and I'm missing the right words. This vibration that's still holding on to, we could pull it all the way out and just live in that perfection that you were born under, like very strong vibration at birth, like very, very good. This one's giving us a bit of that chaos that we just don't know what to do with. So in case you're like, you know what, I'd like to crank on the throttle a little bit and quickly release my limiting beliefs and really rapidly move over to change and balance, we could add the S if you want to stay congruent, or if you want, we can move into a higher vibe. What are you feeling?
I feel like I want to move into a higher vibe.
So, taking a number like this would work, or we can stay with Kadi, and we could put something else in there that could move that vibe into, like, would the S work, or do you want to keep moving up?
Can we look at moving up?
So one way to move up would be taking your full name, and just so we know here, Katarina is psychic. Like, that vibration inside of that vibe is like, I get it. And it's pretty interesting because, as I said, that I just quickly glanced over at Amanda, and she had this cute little smile. It's like, and that 7's like, yep, I know the feel. And that feel in there is like, we can see through time here. That 7 in there is massive level connected to spirit. So just so you know, just in case you feel a little bit quieter, it's fine. But let's say we put your full name, okay, Dominique, like that. And you go Chase, okay. Were you to go one step higher, we would take the letter B, K, or T to this name and would be moving it up to the vibration of master wealth. This goes into ultimate level of rip everything out, rebuild it all. And everything gets blown up, and what really needs to focus on will. So we can go that high, or we can go just as high as you need to and just take out the letters. That's one way of doing it. There is something else we could talk about. Let's talk about Katarina Chase. No, I can't do it there. Okay, or you could take EN. So Katarina EN Chase or Katarina EW Chase. But putting the word ew in the middle of your name doesn't really sit well with me. How about the word, no, okay, you want it higher. So yeah, it would be EN or NE. So imagine that. Katarina EN Chase takes you up to 988. You could also take the B, K, or the T as well. B Chase or K Chase or T Chase. You could even probably tuck in a K inside of Dominique like that, or probably would look even better if it was like this, Dominique like that, inside of your name to move it up. What are you feeling buzzed to or truly aligned to? How about Caddy?
I like the T. The T can.
Okay, so let me see something here. B, C, D, K, or T. Yeah, it's showing up again. So there's another one that shows up like this. Dominique, T, Dominique, like that, just to show you that it's there. Would show up like this. So if you're like, yeah, no, you know what? I actually like the T in there. Let's do it like this. Let's move it in here. But this is it though. Because you taking a Facebook call name, we're talking about how you show up on Facebook. So taking this Katarina Dominique T Chase, it changes everything. Like, you went from a vibe that said, I'm not going to say anything, I'm really not going to say anything, and I'm going to blow up once in a while. I'm going to let people know. This one says, and sorry, Rose, to do that to your name. This one now says, I'm going to say something right now, and it's going to be powerful, and the world will feel me. And it's like, hold my heart, hold my emotions, watch this. And just go in there and wants to be that massive level wizard. This can be quite frightening for some of these numbers that are showing up in here. I know that you have it in you. I know that you've got it in you. So in case this number is like is this what you were thinking? Is this the one that looks good?
Yeah.
Oh man. Are you ready to do this though? Like, are you ready to jump into that level of like off the cliff?
I'm literally going to walk the fire walk this week, so
make sure before you do that, you say to yourself, Katarina Dominique T Chase, And you just go and you literally do that. You're not even going to feel it. You're not even going to feel it. You're just going to walk straight through, nice and calm, because you're a boss. And that's dragon level numbers. So, of course, you're going to need some fire to walk on. But this is that spiritual experience that says if you can do that, you can do anything. And the problem is that you're about to set your entire life to fire and see what actually is made of platinum, what is actually made of true worth, and what needs to melt away will. So in case you're going to do this, you're like, oh man, this is it. I pray for your ultimate abundance and ultimate success, and that the sweet 3s and the loving 6s, you know, they survive that look, the chat's going nuts in here. This is like huge.
Oh okay, my God, I can feel it. I'm feeling all your vibe. Thank you, guys.
You do feel it? You feel the vibe here?
I feel it. Like I've got tingles all through my whole body right now.
Yeah, you know what it feels like on the inside? It just feels like the anxiety is just like, and it's like breaking, and it's just like growing even bigger. So I'm holding that space for you, but we're about to do it here. Let's do this. All right. Dominic T. Chase. Boom.
Exciting. Oh, thank you so much.
Get ready. People have called this a spiritual car crash. And I promise you, we're going to outer space with this stuff, guys. So just in case you guys are feeling like, Bobby, what did you do to me? Just message me. Do not do this alone. Do not feel like you guys have to go through your ascension or your challenges by yourself. We know that there's some sincere power in here. But like, man, everyone else is feeling it. Like the chat just went wild, okay? So, Rosabelle, how's it going? Rose, how are you? I'm just going to pull up your chart here. Did you have any questions? Kati, did you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm really good now.
Get ready to change. Like that super sweet, very loving tone of yours is about to get cranked on. And I know that vibe is going to really take you to a bigger spot. So cool. Let's get Rosabelle. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Look at this numbers.
Hey.
Numbers. How are you?
Good, thanks.
It's great to connect with you again. Absolutely always a pleasure to connect with Rosabelle. I had a lot of fun working with you before. I was super blessed to think that you were going to come in with us to do the combo for the 90 minutes to hang out. When we first got together, we had hung out for half an hour session. Wasn't long enough. And to get a chance to see this is because we see these numbers, super sweet, very loving. People just want to be friends with you. You just want to be friends with you. And, you know, that feeling of 3 in there, like we've done this a few times already, you know, not getting older, just always wants to stay super sweet, finds the good in everything, wants to please everyone, wants to be there for everyone. And, you know, that slight challenge in that sentence, wants to please everyone. On the really positive side, hey, it's great. But on the challenging side, aren't you part of everyone? And that's that really big challenge we see with the 3s and the 6s. So how you been? It's been a year, over a year since we've known each other.
Yes, I've been good. I'm really, really pumped for this today because I'm ready. I wasn't ready when we had our 30-minute session to really step into that leader, queen vibration. It's I was working on myself. That's where I was. And now I'm, a lot better, like feeling the vibes, feeling like moving forward.
Okay. What are we letting go of?
We're letting go of, I've let go of a lot of fear and limiting beliefs. I've stepped out more of my comfort zone, and I've really worked hard in the self-love department. So I'm feeling a lot more love for myself and acceptance. So I've released a lot of blocks in that area.
Okay, that's a transcendence of your numbers here, because this vibration here is to say that your go-to is to serve other people and to help people. So growing on the beliefs of self-love and learning how to love yourself in a really powerful way, there's a certain sense of calm in your energy that has grown through with you to feel like, hey, I'm a year wiser, I'm a year younger, I'm a year better. That feeling is in there. And yes, we said younger, you're not getting older, okay? So we understand that. But what we're going to take a look, and we're going to put your chart on for everyone to see. So I really, really appreciate you for letting us do this with everyone, because we can all learn a lot from this. So then, and are you still Rosabelle Naru Rebecca Harrison, legally speaking?
Yes, legally, yes.
Okay, you are getting close to the legal name conversation. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're there yet. If you are, and you're like, actually, yeah, I was thinking about that. Passport, driver's license, your bank accounts and your wealth, your taxes, all of the big stuff that's going in says, damn, this woman's really intelligent, but she doesn't see herself. There's a blindness to the self. And then there's like a wheelbarrow of all that's good in you that gets dumped in for the universe. So all of that intelligence, all of that law of attraction, all of that power. I had that. I used to be 819. It was that value of, I'm going to work really hard for you. I'm going to give it all to you. So not only do you give all your love to other people, but you also give all of your brain worth and intelligence and power of law of attraction and manifestation out back to the universe. Hey, we're grateful for you. Absolutely blessed. But I'm here for you. And I absolutely want to make sure that this number gets a chance to move itself forward. So when we get a chance to work together again and again and again, it becomes more about the vibration of what's left. What else do we have to really put in together? Now, I didn't know if we did this because I'm pretty sure we didn't. The X, we could be talking about Naru or Rebecca if you wanted to put either one of them in there and see if we wanted to move through this name. Or do you feel Rosabelle X Harrison is like the way to go, the one to use, we don't need to change? Where does your heart set? Do you want to go back into the name conversation?
No, I like the Rosabelle X Harrison, but I'd like to see if there's any more room for that. I'm not sure. My other names, it becomes too long. That's what I found. It was really long.
Well, let's put it this way. If you were to take Naru out and you just put Rosabelle Rebecca Harrison, it moves you into a vibe of enjoyability and fun in business, passion and movement. But this one is your long-term name. So for you to take a step back might not be the most effective feel for you, seeing as you're making leaps and bounds. Is there another one in there? How about just with this number? Let's do this one, and we'll go like that. No, it won't work with that one. I think you found it. Even Rosabelle Noir, Rebecca Harrison with an X on there will work as well. But changing your name legally is a big topic. We have some time to talk about this between us when we talk about this, or do you want to tackle that right now?
I think we should talk about it because that's a big one, yeah.
And you could keep up with them if you wanted to keep them all, but we can go in through this on its own where we get a chance to do this. Let's just give you a little tiny treat. So let's go, Rebecca. There's a queen inside of that name. There is a queen inside of you, and you've been spending a lot of your life in princess mode, and you will continue to until there comes a bigger time for you. So just so you know, we're seeing a really solid vibe in here.
I like that vibe.
Yep. The other side, of course, every princess loves being thinking she's going to be.
I'm a big queen.
Nuaru, this vibration here is the socially awkward part of you, and you know that part that's like, I didn't say the right thing. I need to get out of here. I feel like warm, like I'm feeling hot, like I just, and it's that challenge. I want to be cool, but I just keep on saying awkward stuff. And this is probably a part of you that shows up on the inside. I think it's part of your charm, but at the same time, you could be like, yeah, I'm really annoyed at that part. I really want to just feel confident. I want to feel comfortable. I want to be in my leadership and moving into the challenge that approaches inside of here. Who had it? Someone else had it.
Yes, I want that.
Sorry?
I want that. I want to move into the leadership and the...
Oh, yeah. We're on one side, we're bringing the queen with us, and on the other side, we're bringing the princess that doesn't come out of her room. And so those two middle names are going to be when we get a chance to talk to it. But just so you guys know, Moana, Marie, Dominique, Akata, Akiti, Lamoto, Jane, Ariana, Lee, Lauren, Marcia, Leah. These are like scripture of your soul's journey to learn something on this planet. And to go and dive in through that on a personal level is really, really powerful. But with Rosabelle, I wanted to at least share with you. On one side says Master Queen, High Vibe Squad. You got a tattoo to your name. And the other side says, I dressed up for the party, but I really don't want to go. And it's like, I'm feeling awkward right now. So just so we know that those two parts in you. So in case you ever do start to feel the anxiety boil up, it's okay to evoke the power of Naru and really move into that. I know I'm going to mispronounce this name 1,000 ways to one. But
Nauru, yeah. Nauru. Autumn.
But to know that there's that challenge in there in the level of the number vibration that shows up, it's okay. You get a chance to build some space for it. I like to think let energy circulate in order to let it dissipate. Okay, so pretty cool. Any comments or questions about your chart or your challenge?
No.
Good. Your report that we did for you should about be expiring by now. I'm pretty sure because it was basically where about a year ago that we met. So we're going to get a chance to update it for you when we talk. But if there are no other questions, we're going to move over to my girl, Sandra. What's up? Okay, cool. So Rose, we'll talk to you soon. And we're going to set some time to connect with each other, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Okay, so Sandra, you with us? Sandra, what's up? Let's do this. Just pulling you. If you can, I'm going to unmute you. I'm unmuted.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Love your energy. Love that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. I always love connecting with you. I'm just going to put your stuff on the front, and then we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to put this vibration in here. Where did you put it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sandra. Can't see it. Am I missing it? Did you answer the
I think it was the
questions?
first one.
The first one, right? Okay. Because the questions I asked was, oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to do Sandra Joy Mobus. And then we're also going to do your birthday, November 18, 1970. No wonder I like your chart so much. Look at that. Angel, humanitarian, businesswoman. Okay, so we see this here, and then we see life path 1, if I'm not mistaken. Remember that. And then and then you've changed now to Sandra Joy Nawati, or is it's legally Nawati, right?
Yeah, Nawati, yeah. Sandra Joy Nawati, yeah.
Good. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this. Oh, really hard on herself. We're gonna pull this out a little bit. Masterful, hard on herself. Okay, like really dedicated and really wants to make sure things are done right. But then also this really spiritual, divine sense of self that you kind of like argue with yourself about. Like it's like, do I stay logical? Do I go spiritual? Do I do the right thing, but I can't get rid of the voice in my head? And then that 2 says, I'll just sacrifice myself for the other. So that challenge that shows up in Sandra Joy Mobus, glad you're like, oh, but I don't have that anymore, right? Like we moved my name around. And I know that you moved your name around. You got through in marriage, absolutely. But to know that on one side, you're the partner who has the vision as well, who has the tools. On the other side, we see massive levels of numbers, leader, independent. This woman needs to be on top. You have to be in control of your business and control and on that vision of who you are. But there's also I have to give up a lot and sacrifice a lot for others. I have to step in as a superhero and give it all to the planet and all to everyone. And this massive level of ultimate sacrifice, you will feel the pains of others, but you're growing into your wealth. You're a few years away from this still. So we have a few years to prepare, but the massive level of magnetism we see is that after you end up serving the planet to your ego's satisfaction, that's not a bad thing, that your ego steps into the magnetism of wealth, and you start to own and identify that power of wealth and expression of who you are. So I'd like to feel into this, because we got to temperature check this. You only got a few years left before that big level vibe wants to take over your life. How's your law of attraction? How's your limiting beliefs feeling?
Good. When I changed my name to Sandra Joy, like just had Sandra Joy, I felt like I was free. But the Sandra T Nawati, I don't know what it's done. It just feels as if I can't speak.
Okay. Anymore. So let's go Sandra Joy. Oh, yeah. Are you planning on using this now?
I like Sandra Joy, but everybody was going, oh, are you single now? I'm thinking, no, I'm still married.
We did this. Anyway. I remember when we went through this and we did into this, and it's tough because, my name does the same thing. Belmont Francisco turns into a 988. So underneath, and we look at your chart, like, come on, 9 and 8. Underneath your challenge, underneath you, we have this ultimate frustration that's just bubbling and building. Them. It's like, I'm a millionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire. Like I've got massive level of, like, even when I say that, like, I feel like things are shooting out of my hands. Like I'm getting this sharp shot.
I always feel that I am a millionaire. It's interesting.
So what's the problem?
Anyway.
What's the problem?
I don't know. Just when I changed to T, it just all.
Okay.
And then I felt that I was restricted and couldn't speak, and I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? I apologize for that. Let me just make sure that I've got this properly here. Sandra T. Nawati.
Yeah, because you gave me T, F, and other things to choose from. I can't remember, but
give you a T.
Sandra Joy actually sat really well with me. But I asked to change it because everybody was saying, "Oh, are you single? Are you not married now?" And I'm it's like.
Okay,
anyway.
Okay.
Shouldn't have worried about what they said.
Well, hey, sometimes we are going to worry because that 2 says, hey, I care about other people a lot, especially because you want to help people feel good. So the problem is that your sense of identity is who you are is going to be dependent on what other people think of, and that's 27 years of your life. So I get it. It's not easy, but let's talk about this 27 till the end of your life, okay? So it's growing, and you're about to appreciate part 2, which is like the bigger level value, which is all Sandra Joy. So we have a very big number inside of there. Are you okay to let go of what other people think, or to at least explain it to them that says, I'm happily married, Sandra Joy is just my boss name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't really care what people think. I don't know why it actually affected me so much.
I'll tell you why. Is because as a kid it did, and as a birth name it would. But when we take a look at the big one, I'm just going to do this again. Sandra Joy Nawati, like that. It says this number. Your legal name says 112, which says, I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader. Just kidding. I'm going to go and do whatever I can for someone else. So when people, you're like, I don't know why I care. Now that I see this Life Path 1, now that I know that I'm a powerful person on the inside, I really don't give a shit. I don't care what people think. It doesn't matter. That was the old me, and we have to really understand that. And even looking at your legal name, we've got some serious conversation there, because your full-on legal name is like here. Like, look at this, Sandra Joy. Okay, just to be clear. Guys, look, it's Sandra Joy. And then let's look at Sandra Joy Nawati. It's on the other end of the chart at the very, very beginning of it. That closes you into the smallest space possible, where in the big side of you is like the ultimate, most abundant space possible. So you've got this like stretch between 2 parts. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling to stretch that heart out and to let that energy just really open up into its massive level of abundance. I promise you, you're dealing with a lot, because you've got opposing numbers, but it's just in regards to how giant your energy frequency is. If you're ready to step into the Sandra Joy vibration, own it, embody it, and understand that, hey, there's some things that are going to break here. It's okay. It's okay. You have our support. Talk to Philippa when you go through it. Dr. Jordan Z. Bateson, if you will, and like really get in with these people that are absolutely of the highest power. Balazs W. Cardos as well. Pick your mentors very wisely with this vibration. Holding on to this, hey, it's not easy, but I get that you're moving through a massive level of wealth and power. It is coming. You are going through it. Up until that point can feel a bit frustrating. We're going to wonder why I would give you a T. I'm not sure what we were thinking, because that number is very frustrating, and I'd like to think I've grown. So I appreciate us being able to work a little bit deeper together and go through some cycle and some deeper alignments when we go through our time. But let's talk about this one, Free for Life. So Sandra Joy, that's what's up, or do we need to find another one?
No, Sandra Joy, yeah.
Okay, just in case you want to know, Sandra Joy N, or Sandra Joy G, or Sandra G Joy, or even Sandra Joy with an extra Y in it will also work, but just,
yeah.
okay, so we're going to go for free for life, and we need to fix this because it doesn't work. So I'm just going to quickly put this. Yeah, we're going to change your vibration for your business. We're taking the T out, now T, we're taking it out. We're going to put Sandra Joy in there. Oh, I can feel a little bit of that lingering anxiety to be like, I'm not disrespecting my marriage. I'm not disrespecting my value in there, but there is a bigger level of you that needs to fly. We've just sort of like tickled the dragon a little bit, and she sneezed and fire came out. It was like, that's right. I can't stay. No, I don't care. And we're going to have to deal with that as it comes. But free for life, let's try this one. Free for life. Oh, sorry, I meant to do it here.
You can just, I think I could use my own name.
You really could.
Yeah.
Free for life does work, but it's not as powerful, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's like pins and needles on my heart. It feels like I'm getting acupuncture to it. It literally feels like I'm expressing a massive level of power that needs to go. Delete free for life and just have Sandra Joy for that too. Yes, done. You heard it from your boss. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Cool. Any questions at all?
No, I feel good. Yeah.
I feel really good right now. That was like a like a nice hit. So let me just quickly put this in here. Bringing in my people and having money coming in, finance, personal, and business. Bringing in my people. So let's own your type of people. Says, I need masters, I need wizards, I need angels, I need people who are cosmic, I need high-level multimillionaires, people with big organizations that have large level of loyalty in their group, and then we're going to put a magic and watch it fall through their group. So when you guys have big numbers like this, we're not afraid to start going after bigger level opportunity, people who have already been accustomed to network marketing, direct sales, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, personal branding, and law of attraction, all that stuff. And then they've created it, and now you're plugging a magic in, and 6A in 30 days or 6A in 60 days, and having people really move into their high level power. Do not be afraid. When you say my people and you say Sandra Joy, that's who you are. We have to recognize your birthday also says that. Your people says, I need leaders. I need people at the top. I need people who are not going to be like, mommy, and they want me to babysit them in business. No, we want to build this. We want people to take control of themselves. Man, I'm fired up, Sandra. This is why I like you so much. This is really, really cool. And look what Aisha says. Sandra Joy is a lovely name. You see how that looks like? Lovely. It actually does hold a vibration that says, oh, it doesn't sound like a massive super boss. It sounds more like a loving vibration that inspires love within me, when really it says, I'm a dragon, I'm a wizard, check me out, what's up? And that's that feeling that we really get inside of there. Cool. Really cool. Okay. Any questions? No. You said no. Are there? Sorry.
No, awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I cannot wait to connect with you. We're going to have a really solid round, next round when we talk. I'm just going to pull this one up. Okay, Tanya, what's up? Tanya. So we're going to go Tanya S. Sorry, Shelly, Miriama, and then Bowman. Okay, cool. And we're going to put your birthday in here, December 13, 1984. And how you doing? How you been? What's going on?
Hi, Bobby. Hi.
How are ya?
Yeah, we're good. Good.
Blessing to connect with you, Tiaru. How are you, brother? Yeah, and Tiaru's next as well. I'm just gonna double check this because it looked like a 2, but was it a 2 or was it an 11?
An 11.
11. Okay, just double checking. Okay. When we're looking at vibrations here for numerology, we're looking at adding these all up and then adding them up again. So we see here 3 + 4 + 22 = 29, and then 2 + 9 = 11. Same thing that happens with my chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it 3, 4, 22, and then life path 11. So, okay, let's take a look at this. I want to make sure that we have this in. While I do this, I also want to focus on what this says here. Where is it? Where did you go? Facebook have blocked us while we were in process to change our name to our Align name. Sad face. Super sad face. That is so sorry for that, because I can feel like somewhere is like, Bobby, what the hell, man? As soon as I changed my name, a girl blocked me like this. Like, really? What did we do? And it was crazy.
We were just one word away. One word.
Did you? Okay, so super frustrating. It's going to be worth it. We see those 4s in there. Remember, the 4 says, I'm going to make this hard, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going to make this, it's going to look really good. And then we're going to very much put that in there. And it's funny because as I say, like, sting in my eye, and it feels like I'm like, can't quite see it. And that's that frustration because we're like, where is it? It's not on the list. I don't see it on the list. And we want to make sure that we put that ultimate faith into the hard work that you do that is going to create something absolutely massive. I have an 1122 too. I know that vibration that you and I are both going into. We want to change the world. We want to change the world. We're not afraid of it. We're going to do something about it. It's going to leave a big impact. On the meantime, let's make a small impact. Let's at least just make our impact and create our own millions and absolutely build our own structure. So I'm afraid to say you may have to come up with a new page. If that's the case, you could also, email Facebook and be like, pretty please, come on. Like, like, what are you doing to us? So I'm gonna pull this out.
We can appeal it.
Yes, you can appeal that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you tried to?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I did it right. I didn't want to go in there sounding like a sook.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Okay, so let's see here. The biggest challenge I'm facing is blocking me from calling in our peeps is my own stagnant energy and procrastinating ways. December, which is blocking us in all areas, money included. Okay. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. We have to go through this a little bit deeper, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Tanya, Shelly. Is it just with Y? It's just Y, or does it have an extra E in there?
Just the Y.
Just the Y, okay. And then it goes into Miriama Bowman. Okay, so Miriama Bowman. Okay, and we're going to do it like that. So good, so good, so good. Like, your name is good. And you're legally like this right now?
Yeah.
So do you change this for marriage one day?
Do I?
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You see, Tiara's just looking like, that's awesome. That's so cute. Okay, so you may do it. That means yes, whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just pay attention to that when that day comes and the name needs to change. We have to come close to in terms of this because you're starting with a high vibration. I would introduce you to Eniketi because look at this, Life Path 1111 786 786. It's like soul twins here.
Wow.
Very strong level that's going to understand the patience, the understanding of intelligence and wealth, and also the understandings of the love vibration. So what did we do to you? I don't remember exactly, but we're going to take a look at this and we're going to see, hey, you're actually on the right path here. This could be a really solid journey that you're growing through, but at the same challenge we're experiencing, and I'm just going to give you guys a little tip here, 3 + 4 plus 2019, you're starting a brand new cycle this year, just like me. Yeah. You and I, 3 + 4 is 7, 6 + 1 is 7. You and I are both in a new 9-year run. This is not something that we're talking about today. I just want to share with you guys what this looks like. When I talk to someone for the second or third time, we start to have a conversation about this. And we start to take a look at where is the earth and where are you? So this is something that we're not talking about right now because we're in a group session, but just so you guys know, I did want to pull this out somewhere, and this is where I'm pulling it out. You've completed the last 9 years of your life. And you're like, well, of course I have. I was there for the last 9 years of my life. The cycle of numerology is over, and 2019 starts a brand new chapter. You only get about 10 of these if you're going to live to the age of 90. So to think that your start brand new now is a really good place to have a solid level vibration name, as well as a new move into a new version. I would be writing a letter to your 10-year-old self and having a vibration that says, look, I'm going to move over to the new version of me. What does it look like? What did I accomplish in the next 10 years? When did I make my million? How did I figure it out? What books did I write? How many people did I help? What was the big version of what I was supposed to do for and think of and help for people and help them get through? You've gone through some tough times, especially because this Life Path 11 says you're going to go through some tough times. Especially also since we see this thing that says, I'm afraid of money, I've got a weird looking story about it, and I work too hard, and I don't take advantage of how powerful I am. I just give other people the advantage to me. So I know that you're going through a grindstone inside of these 4s because they're simply not your numbers. You don't have that number in your name, and yet it shows up in your chart. So we have to have that feeling that's like, okay, I know that I'm going to win the championship, but I still have to run on the treadmill. I still have to run on that vibration that shows up that says, I have got to go for the workout. I have to stay organized. And we were talking about that before. Next year, you and I, we're both going into a 2, which says, let's find the partners that we need to deal with. But the year says 4, let's build this as if it's going to last for the rest of our lives. So we're in and I was even telling this to Sally. I was like, next year's a big year for me. I have got to really pay attention and really lock down. I've got all of this ambition, and I know next year is going to be a huge year for me. I see my numerology just being like slap, 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 slap. Like I've got really powerful energy vibes that are happening in 2020. So just in case you're feeling that vibe of like something's got to happen, you prepare your discipline for January 1st. You prepare that workload. And I get it, it's going to be hard. I get it, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be worth it. Nothing good is easy. Freedom ain't free. What we have to grow through, it's worth the price we pay, especially for a queen name. So just so we know, this is super, super powerful. I want to pull up your business name. And then we're also going to go into Tiaru's numbers as well. But here it is. Okay, so procrastination, that sucks. Because the 3 is like, I don't want to go to the gym though. I just want to eat cupcakes. You go to the gym and they have like the protein bar that's in cupcake flavor, and you're like, ah! And it's that feeling of 3 says, I just want to enjoy. I don't want to work so hard. And even here we say leadership. I want to really delegate and get other people to do stuff. But we have to learn that you can't get someone else to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. So I want to make sure that we get really comfortable knowing that brick by brick mentality will still build your castle. But we are moving towards it, and we've got some pretty powerful stuff to consider. Let's go. Wait a second. So what's your page look like right now?
Living dash Tiaru and Tarns Marsh.
Okay. Let's
and symbol.
So the and symbol, Tarns like that. Marsh. Okay. So what was it supposed to be?
Just Tiaru and Tarns Marsh.
Damn it. So the word living is in there now.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it was freedom living, but we dropped freedom. They let us do that, and then they wouldn't let us go further.
Okay. I'm going to stop telling people to do that then, because it could lock up your page. I'm going to, okay, so let's go Tiaru and Tarns Marsh, right? And then living. Yeah, sorry guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. It doesn't work. And if they blocked you, so you can't actually use this page anymore?
No, we can still use it. We just can't change the name any further.
Okay, so it's basically like the option is locked out.
Yeah.
Okay, appeal it and just tell them, hey, you know what? I consulted my business, mentors, and we came up with a new name for our brand. I'd like not to have to do it. I think there's a merge page feature, but it'll frick everything up. So in case you're like, let's just build a new page, Tiaru and Tarns Marsh, because without it, like, oh man. Like right now it says, I just don't love myself. And really, like, okay, I hate to say that because that was not the one that we were looking for. We were looking for something else, and we were in the middle of a change. It's like, I got half my outfit on, and then their Facebook's like, all right, now stay there with no pants on. You're like, what? This doesn't make any sense. And without it, it was like, yo, let's just fly. Let's just keep moving. Let's just keep going. So build the new page, merge it if you really want to merge it, if you can. But
we can't merge either. They won't let us merge either.
Done. Come on, guys. And this is a really powerful problem that a lot of my clients are going to go through. So you guys are going to get, everyone's going to be, let's just fast track here 5 years from now. We're all laughing. Okay, we're at the event. It's like, Bobby, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, you made my millions. We're powerful people. Remember that time when my page was blocked? And, it was that challenge that we have to go through. I get it. The reality is that if you guys can use this as a learning lesson, let's just really learn this as let's encapsulate this challenge. You're not the first person to tell me this has happened. You're not the first person to have a Facebook name denial, or hey, they won't let me change my name or do my thing. if you guys can create a folder, okay, so you make this new folder on your computer, and it's called like emergency page kit, okay? Inside of this folder, you have a letter to yourself that says, hey, you know what? If things like this happen, keep up. You got this. Remember your vision. You got this. Like a nice little thing to read to pep you up. Like my little girl in our part of the world, they make you buy a earthquake kit. Just in case there's an earthquake at school, they tell you to put a letter in there that says, I love you, mommy and daddy are coming for you, you know, it's going to be okay. And I live I live walking distance to the school. So if something happens, I'm just going to, like, you know, run over there and, like, you know, get my kid. But they tell you to put a letter in there. So put this letter in there that says, you got this, you're a boss, things like this happen, everybody goes through shit sometime. This is testing to see how strong you are. And then underneath it, you have a little quick checklist of set up a new email, set up a new page, set up a new business Facebook, and the top list of all the quick little bullet points of how to get your shit back up and running, like, fast. And then you also put in a like about 20 or 30 pictures that you can use as posts for seasoning your account. So then within 3 hours, boom, you're back up and running. Everything's good. You're good. You pulled on it. You cranked on it. Absolutely good to go. And your page is back up and running. If you can do this, and all of you listening to this can teach this to your teams, you guys, because I don't know if it's happened to you. It happened to me. They bought their Enagic. They spent like $5,000 plus tax and shipping on their K8. Their page gets shut down, and their legs get taken out, and they never come back again. And they're like, nope, fuck it, forget it. I can't do this anymore. I got blocked. And it is enough to take you out of business. So I am blessed that you guys are still here with me, that you guys are in my lives, because I know that we're going to be completely successful. You cannot not be successful with a name like this. It's just going to make you freaking work for it. Like, you're going to have to sweat that thing out, and it's going to be painful. That 4 is like, I don't care. I got no emotion. And you're like, but I'm emotional. I got it. Like, I got to get it done. I got to be logical about this. So make your emergency page kit, and then go and make a new page, and then start again, because that's your store. That's your front. If you don't have this, it's as good as, you know, your actual building coming down and being like, well, I'm out of business. And so we have to make sure that thing shows up. Te Aru and Tarns Marsh is like the perfect combination of who you guys are. And it's such a wonderful, loving vibe of, hey, you know what, let's just have fun and make the change, and let's do this, and let's run into this, and don't think so hard. Let's just enjoy. That's a great number to show to someone right up front. Underneath it, we can come in with a little bigger of a value inside of there. So cool. Any questions, comments, or any observations about that?
No, I'm right. Thanks, Bobby. You're awesome.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's do Te Aru. How's it going, my friend? How are you, my brother?
Hey, good, bro.
So let's go to July 25, 1986. Oh, man, I love looking at this chart. Look at this. 7, 7, and 6. And then we see here 7, 6, 4 plus 7 is going to be another. Did we do that again? Hold on a second. So it was July and then 25, 1986. Let's do it. Life path number 2. Sweet. So we did it again. Another 2 in the mix. So, okay, kind of quiet, really quiet, but super loving, very much connecting. This guy's going to do whatever he can for others. It makes for a really good couple. Like, but he's gonna make you procrastinate even further. Like, this guy's like the king of procrastination with that 7 in there. It's like, we'll get it done. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And you can see the success inside of you, a high level of spiritual energy and information in there. Let's go a little bit further and let's take a look at this. We're gonna go Te Aru, and then this was Nathan, and then Karina. And then you show up today as Te Aru Marsh, okay? And same thing. You guys run the same page, right? There's only one for the both of you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. See, he doesn't even say, he doesn't respond. It's just like, I said yes in my head. So here we're gonna go Te Aru, and then we're gonna go Nathan. No, too big. Okay. Such a solid guy. Smart guy, really smart guy. Okay, you got a large level of intuition, but he's be like, no need to get all hyped up on myself. He's not trying to prove anything to anyone. Part of you might, because the 2 is in there, but a really large part of you is not too interested in making other people understand, because that 7 is like 178. It's like, I know who I am, I understand what I understand, and I'm smart enough anyway to know what I'm talking about. So we like that feeling. How about when we put it this way? We put Tiaru Marsh, another solid vibration. You guys are like old souls, hey? You just have to go through a bit of frustration to get there. When we look at, I'm preparing you guys for life together, okay? So when we look at the challenge, the place that you grow to, it's balance between love and money. It's also really solid and super loyal and very loving. Like your connection keeps on growing, but we've got to be patient because, you know, asking and, you know, to get into the marriage conversation, it's just that it's a very quiet vibe. So it's okay. Whereas Tanya brings a lot of the stability to the vibration as well. But man, you guys can get lost in Netflix. Okay. You got to turn off the TV and really like just get into this feeling of like, okay, when you go to sleep, this is for everyone, put on the audios. Okay. Make sure that you guys talk about this during meals. What are we working on today? What's our bigger goal? What's important to us? And even to really get into, because it's not that Tiaru is quiet. He's just quiet to people outside. On the inside of the house, he'll probably still have really smart things to say, and you guys are very intuitive. So I would be going to Tiara if I was Tanya, and I'd be like, what are we seeing? Like, what do you feel? Like, what's the next move? Like, what's the value? Like, what does your heart tell you? What vision do you see in there? And to really instigate on that vibration conversation is a really powerful piece to know that you can see into the future, and it looks good, especially with these names in here. I'm hesitant to change this. I would really like not to, but if you feel like you want to or need to go into a vibration shift, now would be a really good time to mention that. What do you think?
Yeah, change.
So what's going on here? What can we add something to this, or do you want to take something out?
Probably add something.
So if we're gonna add something, just gonna see what happens here. Let's just move this around. Let's go Tiaru Marsh, and we're gonna add something into this. What if we added the letter G? Okay, so this one moves you into more of a hardworking build. So just in case you were to take G, P, or Y, this moves you into more of a vibration of, look, I want to build something, and I want to grow into the groundwork of things. 7 + 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're in a vibration this year, and next year you're going to be leaving things behind. So next year we've got a really solid, and Tanya's paying really close attention to this because you and I are at the beginning of our chart. Tiaru's about 2 years in like behind us, or 7 years ahead of us, if you will. But you're in a vibration of letting go of stuff, and things need to shift and things need to change. So taking a letter right now to move you into a much more building vibration is not a bad look, just in case you're like, you know what? I need to get a little bit more active, and I want to get a bit more of that hardworking energy, especially to prepare you for 2020, which is all about that hard work stuff. This is where the vibration would look like. Let's go a little bit further because I think I haven't found it yet. Marsh is your last name right now, or is it still Karina?
Marsh.
So we're not gonna put Karina back on there. Okay, so we're gonna put Marsh in there. I tried with the other ones. How about if we do this? TRWN. Okay, there's another one that shows up, WNX or WON would be good. Moving you up, if you wanted to move up and you're like, let's give you a name that truly shows a sincere level of power, and this would be a word. So we're not looking at letters anymore. I'm actually looking at putting a word inside of Tiaru Marsh, and I'll show you what it is. Come again?
Yes, super.
Okay, Oliver, Roger, Rodney, Jafar. Those aren't easy names to consider. How about like this? E-E-E-A-B-E-A-E, Bay, like that. Would show up very powerful, or Abe, okay? But there's or it could be like something like, what is that? We had Rodney. It's like, it's hard to put a name in there because they're like, where did that come from? So let's just try another one. Let's see, because now we're pulling it out a little bit. So we're gonna go Tiaru, and let's go Marsh, and let's see if I can add something else in there to be fair. Let's go we Nathan. Okay, this one would also move you into a much harder working Tiaru. We Nathan Marsh is all hard working, and if that's your legal name as it shows up right now, I get it, but this name still is more powerful. How about if we were to take Tiaru out or Marsh out, and let's go Tiaru Nathan? Okay, no. How about Tiaru we Nathan? How about that one? No. Tiaru we would also be a very valuable vibration, so just Tiaru we. Or how about we can go in with this one, or O, no. How about O, no. Okay, how about here? O, A, and then H, G, N, M, O, P, G, no, one less, E, F, or X. Ooh, that's not bad. So, no, but it would still mess it all up. So let's try it like this. E, G, E, H, E, G. I'm finding a difficulty creating a name around this, and I wonder what that means. When usually I find that, it makes me feel like we're supposed to be in this vibration, but yet you want to bring it up a little bit. So I would think it could be up in here, that we're moving this up, or it could be that your name right now is showing up like this, Tiaru we Nathan Marsh. That's your name, right?
No, just Tiaru Marsh. I don't have a middle name.
You don't have a middle name anymore?
No.
Okay, so this isn't where it shows up. Let's see here. It showed up really powerful in that area. It feels like we're not at that area to take a new letter. Unless you want to step down and you took the G, this would move you temporarily into the movement of let's build instead of let's lead. So in case you're like, I need to get my low gear running, this could feel TRG Marsh. But at the same vibe, it's like, does that really tickle you? Or do you feel, because you're super intuitive, so you have to really answer that thing. It's like, no, I don't want to go down. I'd like to go up. And so what would it look like if you went up? Let's just try that. So let's go up, and we're going to go E, A, and then G, and then X. So I'm going to find a new letter, and let's go 865. See if this one tickles you. And we'll go 865. Duke, June, or Hunter. So Tiaru Hunter or Tiaru Duke or Duke Tiaru. That's a really powerful one there as well. But these are different names that you could take instead of the one you have that moves you into a vibration of mastery, which I think may not be the right one unless you're feeling it.
Yeah, nah. Not
What I would consider is that this vibration wasn't supposed to be. So let's find a name for your business, because I really want to take a look at what that one looks like. So let's go Tiaru and then Tarns Marsh. Let's see if I can find another one. Let's go Tanya, and then we see E and then N, or E, F, E, D, E, E, V. No? Okay, let's try it like this. And Tiaru and Tanya. Okay. How about Tanya? No, let's go Tanya and Tiaru with. So moving that vibration up would look like you guys are actually in perfect space right now. So when I'm being blocked this many spaces, universe is like, keep trying. You're not going to get anywhere. These people are absolutely perfect where they're supposed to be. They just have to go through the process. And that's one of those really powerful feelings to think, okay, you guys are like, as we say, Philippa says, your power couple. This is where we really need to be. I think that your next goal, your next mission or vision would be to start a new page.
Yeah.
If you guys want to go a little bit deeper.
I feel that.
Yeah, good. Me too. All right, let's do it then. And what I want to do is I'm just going to quickly change this because it says Tanya S. Bowman. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Tiaru and Tarns Marsh, okay? And you guys get a massive level of alignment there. What's up? Even Sandra. I'm just going to make sure I change yours as well. We're going to go to Sandra Joy. Sweet. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys so much and looking forward to seeing what you guys create.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Very, very welcome. Okay, T, you've been very patient. Let's do this. Ready for this. Let's get you if you can. And I'm going to pull out your vibration here. Okay, T, are you with me? Let's see if I can find you. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Very, very blessed to be able to do this with you and connect with you today. I'm just going to put your vibration out here. Boom. Right off the bat, we see some sincere numbers of power. 8 for wizard, 5 for fighter, and 1 for leader. 8, 6, 5. You show up as a warrior woman for sure. So we're seeing this feeling showing up right off the bat, and we're going to take a look at this and really line this thing up to make sure that we've got everything where it needs to be. And then you show up with T Gardner, and you same with your business, right? So you have a business name that shows up with T Gardner.
Yeah, on Facebook I've actually just got T, and on Instagram it's T Gardner.
So your Facebook fan page just shows up as T?
Yeah, and it's the one that doesn't really, like, I get most of my leads from Instagram, and I've got a way bigger following on Instagram.
That's fine. So you know, wherever you decide to make business happen is fine. So let's go T Gardner, and we want to move this around. Even though this sounds okay because it's really short, it's a massive challenge in that the communication is really stuck. And here we're like, I can't have that. That gives me anxiety. And there's an unnamed anxiety inside of T Gardner, which says, look, I'm not quite expressing my wealth or my communication, and yet you can see it. I know you can see it, and you're trying to run for it. But what about Terry Marilyn Gardner? Can we just try that one there? Terry Marilyn Gardner. Okay, so we've got a really powerful balanced name as well, which says, I'm going to work really hard. And that vibe says I'm really easy at working, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be very powerful at that. But I don't want to work. I want to be free. I want to be an entrepreneur. And then T Gardner's just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stay nice and quiet. What about just the word T? Another vibration that we really want to shift. We cannot have a vibration here that just shows up 1, 2, 3. It's a challenge vibe. So we're looking at these numbers being like, something's got to move. Something's got to give. Otherwise, we're going to be challenged to dealing with ourselves. There's that fire freedom. There's that freedom expression. There's that business and that leadership number in there. To have a number that doesn't say anything, or a number that just wants to help other people feel good, that doesn't move into itself. It's nice to have it as a nickname. When you show up with T, it's great to have that as a nickname. Because as a nickname, it's just like, look, it's super sweet, very loving and very caring. I care about other people. But it's going to be annoying to you that you're not living up to your higher level power. Like, and even we're going to look at this, and you put it here. Let's just see what you said.
It's funny that you say this, because when I started my pages, that's what it was all about. It was just about kind of making other people feel good. Like, there was not really an intention to turn anything into a business, and then it just led that way. So I can see where the block is now, really.
You've got a really serious vibe to you. Like, you got a high level of intelligence. You think a lot. So that's not a bad thing. Working on attracting my soul tribe, who are ready to raise their own consciousness and collective consciousness of humanity. This is big stuff. And to enable individual freedom within myself and others, and create movement of leaders that aim to do the same in their own unique way. Wow. And attracting, receiving, and accepting huge levels of abundance through my life with speed and ease. So basically, I just want it all. I want the massive level wealth. I want it now. I want impact. I want to grow to the high level. I'll tell you, you're very close. T.A. Gardner, and you're set. And you're like, oh, thank God. That was exactly what I needed. This is basically, like, that says global vision all day long. Okay? Like, literally the top end of this is that what you just mentioned. When I even said, when I even saw that, I'm like, this is like a 10-year vision. This is like a 10-year goal. And you're like, you've got the time. And looking at your age, like 29 or 30, you're going to be 30 next year?
29.
So, yeah.
Just 29.
You have the next decade to invest in your legacy and to create that. You're on the top end, and I know you're ambitious. That 5 is like, I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to move something. And this one says, perfect timing. I actually need to step into my top level boss as well. If you're like, you know what, it's a little heavy, and maybe let's just go back to the 797. Do you have anything more in the I want it all, like relationship vibe? then we look towards H, Q, or Z to move your vibration into a balance between wealth, love, business, and intuition? Or did you prefer the A vibration of let's take over the world instead?
Definitely A. I feel I'm ready for A. Like I've got, like basically when I look at my life, I've got everything, like I've worked towards manifesting everything that I want, apart from the wealth hasn't caught up yet. But like you said, like I know it's there, I know it's destined, it just hasn't come yet. And it sounds kind of like bratty, but it's not, because I've been through like a lot of crap to get to this point. But like I'm getting a bit impatient in a way. Like it's like, okay, now is the time. Like I've done everything that I could possibly do to bring everything else into my life. It's literally just the wealth that's left.
Well, let's see, because you're about to take a vibration that's going to blow up everything. So you take a vibe like this and it starts to throw all of your shit on the floor, and you're like, then maybe we found some new things that you have not yet upgraded yet in order to prepare for your cliff jump. But this is a cliff jump. So we know you need to spread your wings and soar, and we know you've got enough speed to never hit the ground. This is a freedom fighter number. So we have a really solid vibe here, and you're like, I've done it all. I've done it all. I know, but there's a vibration here shift that's going to say, hey, A. Gardner's showing up for wealth, but sooner or later, your full vibe is going to still be holding you back on the ground. So just so you know, there is a challenge in that, but I really feel like you're not kidding around and that you're just like steaming this fire out of your nose, being like, I've got to go and get it. And this number's like, just kidding. How can I help you? No need to do nothing. It's all good. And that's nice to use that as a nickname. I really think it's okay to have it up, but to hold it as a full expression for vibration of wealth, I don't think so. Cool. So this is the one we're feeling. I'm getting this spiritual feeling that says, give it to her. And so, because there was also Terry O. Gardner. If you wanted to move your full vibe, the same thing shows up inside of this vibration. So just in case, and look at that. Funny, we should mention Philippa Owarangi. You could take it that way, but if you're like, nah, I like TA, you can definitely put that one on instead.
Could I do like my like private Facebook? Could I have that as Terry O. Gardner, but then my business ones as Terry A. Gardner?
If you did this, if you did it like this, it would still be the same. So it would just be for you to notice the difference between the two. So yeah. it would only confuse the person who sees your business and then sees your personal page. They'd be like, why does it say something different? That might be the only time you have to recognize it. Your personal Facebook people are not going to be advertised to your business page, so they won't see it. But if you need to know, O for me on the regular version of me and A for the abundance version of me on my business, and both are lined up, we get a chance to see that's there, okay?
Okay, so what are my, just again, so I like let it sink in, what are my challenges that I face with having my, like what challenges are going to come up, just so I know how to be aware of it?
When we pull up to a top level here, these numbers want to be creating millions of dollars. And we're talking about like 6 figures a month. And if you don't know how much that is per day, if you don't know what that means in terms of wealth and action, and if you can't see your bank account in the 7 or 8 figures, there's a challenge to think we need to grow ourselves. If we're thinking things like 314, which says, look, I'm fine, I'm easygoing, I just want to work, I'm going to be okay. And then the other side says, I don't want to work, I want to be free. There could be a shift challenge movement that says, do I be stable or do I be chaotic? And then on top of that, you're like, no, let's go to another planet and let's be mastery. So there could be some emotional things that get brought up, some things that happened as a kid. If we look at you as a child, you're not that easy on your parents. We see someone who's a bit of a troublemaker, someone who's going to lie and take advantage of themselves and say, I'm out of here, or okay, good night, time to go to sleep, and then sneaks out the window. And that feeling of wants to just go and do whatever you got to do for you. And that challenge can bring up, because when you do that as a kid, your parents are going to be like, no, you're in trouble. Go to your room. You're grounded. And they're going to do stuff to us that's going to make us feel disempowered. Now you're pulling the number back out And that could bring in a little bit of that anxiety to think, I'm expecting to be disciplined at this moment, or I'm remembering my old vibe. I'd like to think that it accelerates you into who you are powerfully, but if there are any limiting beliefs in how you appreciate love, how you appreciate wealth, if you're like, I've done it all but wealth, now that we put this wealth number on top, it's not like perfect, click. It's like, okay, let's see how all well she really did with everything else, because now this number is going to be put right on top. And if it all comes crashing back down, that's a good thing to think, okay, now I really need to really build this up. And I would be building it with this whichever one, at the base foundation, to say, put my wealth in first. This is saying I'm putting my wealth first. You're saying I've done it all first, and now I'm putting my wealth in last. So just in case you see that vibration shift, this is where we get a chance to go through some real solid growth. But all things considered, you're growing into a year now that says, let's lay the foundation and the infrastructure for what is going to happen over the next decade, the 2020s. And that's really where we're really starting to show up. So I'd like to think that your ambition is well-founded, but, you know, just in case there isn't that, let's take a look. I'm just going to quickly double check and see Marilyn for a minute. There's a lot of sacrifice for other people, and there's a lot of, I need to make other people feel good. So there could be anxiety of doing things for yourself now, because those numbers are like, I got to help other people. Even though I know you have a strong number for leadership that shows up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in your chart. So we know that you want to do what's right for yourself. But Marilyn's saying like, no, it's okay. I'm just going to do what's right for others. So we have to really cut that part out the same way that, we can't let other people live our stories for us. This, clear as mud, I'd like to think. But I really feel like you're in a long-term vibe with this numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm. I like Terry A. Gardner. Oh, T.A. Gardner, sorry.
Okay, so let's take Terry O. Gardner out and let's put it back in there, okay? So T.A. Gardner is the way we're going to show up. I'm also going to push that into your name here just to let you know that you're just going, it's like I've been used to riding a bike my whole life. And now I'm stepping into a spaceship where I'm moving at a very fast speed, and some things are going to be melting away. So in case you need to go easy on yourself, let things go, write a nice release letter. It's not a bad idea, okay, to really give yourself thanks to everything that's prepared you up until now, but it's game over now. We're not playing games anymore. We're absolutely changing the world. The things that you said in here are they're going to make people stand up on themselves. Like, what did you say here? You said something, you're like, individual freedom, collective consciousness. They're raise their own if you can't, that means you need to be an example for what law of attraction really is and can do. And if there's anything muddled up on the inside, this isn't going to get actualized on it. I would say give yourself a decade, and then literally, honestly, give yourself 10 years to build your legacy, all of you. But in your case, T, knowing that you're heading into your 30s, knowing that you're heading into a new decade, 8 + 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're concluding a cycle in the next few years. We know that you're absolutely moving into the more powerful version of it. Everyone's saying, yes, 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 awesome. Love T.A. Gardner, absolutely a powerful feel. Any other questions?
Should I look at legally changing my name?
Absolutely. Are you planning on doing this for marriage at some point? Probably not.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, I actually am. Yeah.
Okay.
Could we see what that name would be?
Let's do it. Why not? So let's just go Terry, Marilyn, and then your new new last name?
Krause, Krause.
Krause. I would be saying, don't take this name. We would do something else to it. You could take the C, or you could take an N or a W. Terry Marilyn N. Krause or W. Krause, or even, let's just take a look at this one. M here. No, how about G? Terry G. Krause would work really well, okay, to move your vibe over. Would give you a massive level of fire, passion, and it gives you these two numbers, 5 and 8, and the same number as T, the number 3. So Terry G. Krause would be a really powerful name to get married into, just in case that's the vibe you want to take with it, without losing any piece of who you are. As a matter of fact, it helps you become more of who you are. But it's not as powerful as T.A. Gardner. If you wanted to do that with T, How about T Kraus? Okay. Doesn't allow us to do something. How about T Marilyn? T Marilyn Kraus is also a really good vibration. So if you go Terry G Kraus, and then on Facebook you would go T Marilyn Kraus, would also work really well, just so you know that those are there, okay?
Okay.
Cool. And then Jordan's saying the same thing. Also, Bobby, if I were to legalize my name change, would you suggest Jordan Moana Bateson? Did we not just, yeah, because that one, if you're going to change your name legally, Jordan, then yes, that would be the one, because we said Jordan Bateson with Moana, and just keep out Walker altogether. Yeah, if that's okay with you. If not, and you want to redo it and go in there, you can let me know. But if there's no other questions, T, and as well, you guys can do, oh yes, same, I'm engaged. You should absolutely look into this. People do not change their names often, and we think that through marriage, that's it. We're in love, and oh my gosh, and this is the one for me. If the name messes you up, I'm sorry to say, but you've fallen out of vibration. So if you plan on taking a legal name change through marriage, I would be very, very pleased were we be able to make sure that we start off your relationship with absolute massive levels. Okay, cool.
I just noticed something.
Yep.
It's not August 14th, but I'm September.
Sorry, let's do one more. So one more in. Okay, yeah, so that makes things a little bit, that means a bit more to me, because then it goes into 6. And that is the vibration of, actually, I am going to get married. I love to be married. I'm very emotionally loving and caring. We like to think that the warrior still exists, but is less about profits and more about impact. So that makes a lot more sense, because no wonder you're talking about, like, you're helping other people raise their consciousness for themselves. Is that you want to be a massive level teacher or growth inspiration. It's not about the dollars for you. This will really be a powerful name for you. Absolutely help you to get in there, okay? Yeah, so I want to check everyone's...
The only reason that I want money, it's not really for me. It's to create the things that I want to create that are going to lead it. Like how you said, a 10-year vision, like that aligns perfectly with me, because that's what I want. And the money that I need to bring in for that is definitely not for me. It's going back out to that. It's going back out to others. Of course, I'll be looked after as well, but the drive is not about me having like a mansion and having a beautiful, like, flashy material life. It's about creating the legacy and leaving that'll run on way beyond my time here.
Let's put it this way. 6 says leadership. 9 says impact. This is you as a kid. So you were drilled with this as a kid. Then 6 says leadership. 5 says fighter. I'm going to fight for people and fight for what's right and speak up for others. Then 1 says leadership and 6 says leadership in its most authentic version and form. So we know that this is a big part of the piece and a big part of the game, okay? Blessing, pleasure to meet you. What a wonderful chart. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. How about Philippa? You guys want to see what number she's got? Everybody want to know what your fearless leader is looking like? Philippa, I just want to say, are you with me here? If you are, just let me know.
Hey, yes, I'm here.
I just want to say thank you so much for all of this. And I noticed that we've got double L's in your name. Okay, so I got to make sure I put that in there. Yeah. And we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. How does it feel? How does it feel to watch? This is nuts. This is nuts. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in. Did you write that in for me as well, or no? You didn't write.
No, but my name's just Philippa Wirangi without the O.
Okay. And that was as you were born, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that was a 292, which is an angel vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your birthday?
December 18, 1987.
Okay. All right, guys, let's do this. So we have here some vibrations of, and then life path 2, right?
No, 1.
1. Right, that makes sense. Oh, sorry, what am I doing now? 1. So first things first, she's a leader, okay? And as much as she'll pretend or want to or care about others, she really doesn't. There's a really, not that you don't care about others, but that it's that you're going to be more focused on what it is that you need to do as a leader. This is a badass version of, I got to go into my own direction. So on the other side, it's going to be a little annoying because part of you is like, but I do care about my people. I absolutely want to help people. I really care about making people feel good. But on the other side, it's like, look, that was a distant part of me. Then the 9/1 kicks in, And this says, I am going to change the universe. I will have the impact of all things. And it's been fun watching this leader grow since I first heard about you. Or, my first experience with Philippa was she'll help you with your ad writing, or she'll do this thing with you to get your place into a better, she works with ads or works with copy. And to see how much you've grown into the vision and into the power of what you have, we see the diva, we see the impact, and we see the wisdom. So there are massive level vibrations that are really creating a power of your leadership. But when we saw that 371, the same way we saw 371, we saw it in someone else's chart as well. It has that air of, I'm not so sure of myself sometimes. Sometimes I feel a bit of that awkward energy that I want to show up, but I don't. And I will show up anyway, but I'll just be pleasant and not really go too far deep. And it's because this person has to protect her massive level vibe. Then we put the O in your name, and it launched you into a very high version of you that I believe you actually held with extreme power. Unless, we just didn't see it and you didn't share your crap with the world, this vibration says, hey, she held it really well. And she holds a vibration of strong level leader. You can see her at the top. She's always going to be at the top of her own organization. But at the same time, you hold master wizard. Everything you touch turns into gold. So make sure next time you see all these people, you just scratch them on the nose and be like, I bless you with success. And that feeling is, I see the best in you. I know that you've got the power in you. And this is going to be the conversation. If anyone talks to her personally one-on-one, she's going to be real and raw with you. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear and not what you just want to hear. So I would like to think that there's going to be a legal name change here for you at some place, because being an angel vibration, as I say, it could be a little annoying to think that you're, a Rolling Stone, gather no moss. Come on, I'm going to do that. I'm a big level woman. I can do big things. And then this one says, I'm swooping in to help other people. So just in case you like to keep that, it's fine. But I would like to think that this is the massive level power of you. And when we were doing, and even to think we were doing the conversations we had, she's coming up with names for different events and things that we're going through, and the collaborations you're involved in and all that stuff. I'm like, man, woman, you are going to some seriously high places. So I have a lot of faith and trust and respect for what you guys are inside of. And even just to see High Vibe Squad, it goes 696. Every one of the names that she's got is aligned, whether it was the one that we were talking about, all of the things that we were going through, that even the session that we had where we were talking about all the names that we need to. Do you have is there one word or one name for your business above all other things?
I have a company name, which I forgot to bring to you.
How convenient.
I know. It's Expansion Life. And then the last part of it for the company bit is limited. Like how you have proprietary limited, it's limited.
It's just LTD.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go Expansion Life Limited. Oh, let's do this. And I know we ran a little bit over than my expectation, guys. I know this has taken a while to do this. It's been an absolute honor and an absolute blessing to be able to do this for you guys. You need to change this. This is not a vibe that we need, that it's going to work. So I hate to put this in red because I'm like, what? No.
What if you wrote the name Limited?
Limited? Okay, let's do that. Let's go that one there. Still not where it needs to be. We need to go something higher. How about Expansion Living? Can we try that? Let me try LTD. No, okay. How about Expansion Lives? See, if the extra L was in there, if the extra or S was in there, it would work. Or how about a life expansion would also work as well. So if you were to change it to a life expansion, would also work really, really strong. But Expansion Life, both with LTD or just limited, one or the other, it's missing the letter S. It's missing the letter J, or it's missing the letter A. So if you could add or tuck in or Expansion A Life, Expansion A Life, or Expansion Life A.
What about something, so Expansion Life and then another word starting with I, like any word starting with I?
Okay, so how about inner, or how about Intuitive, no. How about intuition? Intuitive, expansion life intuitive also works. How about intuition? No. How about, or let's see, inner, no. Okay.
What about just Inc, INC?
Life, INC, going up one. Expansion Life Incorporated is a really solid vibration that actually will work really good financially. This is a solid vibe underneath you, like rock solid. Like this thing has got the mission, the vision, the passion, and also the logic and the detail to get things moving. Just in case, or where was it? Sorry, it was the other one. Expansion Life, INC. Yeah.
With the INC and not with incorporated, as in like the long word.
It was incorporated. Oh, there you go. Back up to the top, back where you need to be.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to change it to that, and then whenever I put it on anything, I'm just going to not put the limited on. Is that right?
Yeah, don't put the INC. You just put Expansion Life Incorporated. If it has to be LTD, it'll still work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, it's just like the legal thing that they put on.
Yeah, so Expansion Life Incorporated Limited will still work really, really well. It'll still be the same vibe.
Sweet, done. I'll get that changed.
All right, guys. Take a quick look at this. Take a good, long, deep look at this. I'm going to make a replay available for this, okay? But you guys are a bunch of masters, especially now with these new business vibrations and these new names. You've stepped into your mastery into an absolute unbelievable way. So to know that this stuff exists and to know that you guys are all vibing really high, now you can say that. I'm not only part of the High Vibe Squad, but I'm also vibing real high. To know that this is there, this has been an absolute honor and a blessing. You guys give me purpose in my life. I hope to see you guys at the next week's call where we go through the vibration of the wealth alignment. And this is about legacy, leadership, moving this and inspiring your next level of generals. Who else wants to be a Philippa in their own world? Who wants to step up to their own power and be a Sandra Joy? Like, look at that. Sandra, like, me. And that feeling is in there to think, I want to create that next version of it. Could be a year, could be 2, could be 5. But to know that time is irrelevant. It will take as long as it needs to take. It is about you being dedicated and committed to the process of uploading and up-leveling. If any of you guys go through some massive level shit that's like breaks you down to your knees, come and see me. Come and give me a hug. I will help you. Let's move through this. I'm here with you guys to go through this together. You do not need to go through this alone. You guys will go back into your group now, which is a lot more than the 13 of us that are here. And you'll be able to see each other on a different level and to know that, hey, I'm aligned. So are you. I'm going to give you guys private access to my group. I'm also going to give you guys 2-year reports for those of you guys who are already or still have a report that is still active. I can either give it to you by extend it or for someone else, okay? So just so you guys know that that's there. But next week, we're going to go into the overview of this and see how numerology was just one piece of this bigger level puzzle. And for you guys to take any of this that you need, any of this that's going to move forward for you, I absolutely would say, if you're on the leadership call, we're going to be talking about what do you want to call your team name? What do you want to call your own vibe one day? What's the vibration of you calling in the next 10 years? What's that part of you that I'm assuming you've let go of stuff? I'm assuming that you're dealing with stuff, that you look at all challenge as opportunity. And I promise you guys, it's going to be absolutely powerful. But if any of you guys need to do the payment plan, it's fine. And how does the payment plan work? Whatever you can possibly afford on a weekly basis, I would be grateful for. If you have to defer payments for a month, if you have to keep me waiting, I will be patient and loving and caring for you. I do not mind to hold your account. I want to be with you guys on the long term. I want to help you guys become magnetically successful. So I appreciate you guys so much for that. And Philip was like, I'll follow up. And she said that to me earlier. So I'll make sure that pay. I'm like, I appreciate you for that. You're an absolute boss. And I was like, man, this girl's absolutely amazing. You guys saw it there, right there. Her name, her birthday. She's got leadership all over the chart. So I thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute blessing and honor. Do me a big favor. Tell people what just happened here. Go and do a post. You can go and share a picture of what we got. You can take a screenshot if you want, or you can just be like, wow, oh my God, you need to see Bobby. If you can, I would appreciate you taking that power and giving as much of it as you can back out to the universe and watch it come back to you 15, 20 times fold. And I appreciate you guys so much for that. So next week is going to be next level. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging through this. This was like, what was this? 2.5 hours, or was this 3.5 hours? I think it was a 3.5 hour call.
Yeah, it's 3.5 hours.
You guys are troopers, absolutely champions, and I appreciate you so much for that.
Love it.
We're not going to go so long, but it will be a completely different conversation where we build on this. So I will see you guys then. Philippa, any closing remarks or any closing words before we go?
No, I'm just so grateful for you, and I'm so excited for everyone that jumped in on this call as well. I think we had literally only like 2 people that were going to jump on this morning, and they're like, okay, everyone else jumps on as well.
It was great. I know, I saw that too, and I'm like, no, you guys are all going to be here, and it was super cool to see this. But High Vibe Squad, you are aligned. All right, I'll see you guys soon. You guys have a great give me a few hours to get your reports ready for you, and when I do, man, that's some wonderful reading. All right, guys, have a great night, have a great day, and enjoy yourselves. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.